Sports on Tap Detroit, brought to you by the Realtors of the Joe Wright Group, Jason Stiltner of Flagstar Bank, Baldman Entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, we're loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With news that's jaw dropping, they're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, if you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and live with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go when all coming attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
There you go.
Welcome to episode 135 of Sports on Tap Detroit. I'm Chris Scott, alongside Joe Waddell, Frank Giagata, and Eric Anderson. Fellas, how are we doing?
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Yes.
We're back.
After after a little break, because sometimes life gets in the way, we are back. And I know for the two gentlemen to my left, Eric and Frank, I know they're very excited because their favorite football team is in the NFC Championship game.
They are.
They
That's
are.
what I hear. That's what
I
I hear.
still don't believe it.
Now, from our last show to today, some stuff has gone down. Michigan has won a national championship.
They have.
And
Literally, we were going to talk about it the Tuesday.
We
where
were.
Shit kind of went down.
But like I said, life gets in the
Life
way.
gets in the way. And I do want to say hi to Jeremy. Thanks for checking back in with us, brother. I know you messaged me when we were off. And Mr. Long, appreciate you saying that. She is doing well, and she is on the road to being fully healed. So
Yes.
I won't go into it, but I do appreciate it, and she's getting better.
Yes.
Thank you.
Which we're all very excited and happy about.
Yes.
Yes, which we have talked about. And,
Yes.
and again, I appreciate the well wishes, Mr. Long. Love you. Appreciate it.
So since our last show, Michigan has won a national championship. They have lost their head coach. They have since hired a new coach. The Lions have made it to the NFC Championship game. Anything else I miss? I know you've been kind of.
I don't know.
I
don't think so. I think that
anything else?
covers it.
Did I miss anything else?
I think I missed some of that stuff
Nick-
you just mentioned.
Nick Saban decided he wanted to call it quits
Yeah.
because he realizes that, oh shit, it's a level playing field now and I can't win.
Yeah.
Oh no, what am I going to do?
Yeah, he just fucking gave up, too. Like, there wasn't a big to-do about it.
He's
It was just like,
done.
I'm out.
I'm done.
I mean, he's not young, though.
He's not young.
not.
But coaches
Right, but
kind of
if-
go
He's
for a
almost 70.
while.
If
Yeah,
he's
but
not
I
70.
still feel if it was the old way instead of the NIL age,
Where
He
he,
would-
could play
or
pay
he could-
players.
yeah.
exactly.
And other people couldn't.
I don't think he would have left. I really don't. But teach his own. I mean, I get it. And then with Harbaugh leaving, we had said this before the season even started. We thought this was going to be his last year.
We've
Regardless.
been talking about it for like 4
We have.
years now.
Yeah.
We have. So I wasn't surprised in the least that he left, whether they won the national championship or not. So
It's nice going forward. You don't have to worry about this for a little bit.
right.
You shouldn't have to have this conversation for a little while.
Right, so he moves on to the Chargers. Again, we're not very surprised by this at all. And then it was just made official, 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, 5 minutes ago, Schefter
that-
reported it.
I believe you and I both, before the season even started,
Yep.
and I think, Frank, you kind of agreed with us. You were questioning a little bit, like whether
Yeah.
you'd wrote out. We were all season long, before it even started, we told people, he's gone, folks. No matter what happens this year, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, be prepared. He's leaving.
And especially with all the suspensions and all the nonsense that has gone on with him this year. I think he just finally got sick of it. He's just
Goodell
like,
said, though,
I'm done.
the NFL is not a safe haven for him. If he gets suspended, they're going to do the same thing that they did with Terrell Pryor, make him serve it in the NFL.
Oh, is that right?
That's supposedly what Goodell has said.
I don't think that'll happen,
I don't
truthfully.
see it.
No.
So here's the question I have for you boys, right? I've been out
Yeah.
of the loop, right? But this is a question that I can safely ask, knowing a portion of what's going to be going on, right?
Yeah.
Do you think with Harbaugh going to the NFL, does the punishment become less, more, or the same for Michigan from the NCAA?
I honestly don't think anything.
And what will it be?
I don't think anything's going to happen.
Less or
See,
nothing.
Well, and see, it depends on who you ask. If you ask an Ohio State fan,
Oh, they're going to get hammered.
it's going to be bad.
Or even Michigan State.
You've got a lot of hope in that.
If you
Not
ask
you specifically,
right.
but Ohio State fans.
If
are
you ask a
hoping
Michigan
that
State
it is.
fan,
Oh, they're gonna get-
it's the same thing, right?
yeah,
They're
absolutely.
they're going to lose the Natty. They're going to go after them. They're going to lose scholarships.
First
they're
of
gonna
all, regardless if Harbaugh stayed or not, they weren't losing the Natty because this isn't an NCAA thing. They can't overrule the college football playoff. That's their own thing.
Right.
So they're keeping the Natty regardless. Would Harbaugh been suspended for the entire season? Maybe.
I believe he would have.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought there was pretty good
I believe he
chance.
would
Like,
have.
but
Because
that's-
I believe the NCAA wanted him more than they want Michigan.
And that's why I don't think anything's going to happen.
Right.
It'll be, if anything, it'll be minor.
It'll be minor.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple scholarships.
Yep.
Some minor stuff. I don't think they're going to have a playoff ban.
No.
No.
I don't think there's going to be anything major come down from this. I really don't. Because I truly believe they wanted Harbaugh more than they wanted Michigan.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So with him being in the NFL, they might slap Michigan's hand just to for principle's sake.
Yep.
But it literally will be a slap on the hand, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just want to see what you guys thought.
No, I
No,
agree.
I'm completely
100%.
with you on that one. Absolutely. Because, like you said, yeah, they wanted Harbaugh more than they wanted anything. So.
Mr. Long says Sharon Moore, new head coach, just announced.
Yep.
And
About 5-6 minutes ago now.
I like that. I don't know about you guys.
I don't think they had a choice.
To me, I thought it had to happen, right?
Right.
He was 4-0 last year. You've got to
Right.
give him the job.
And he continues off where, like, at that point in time, you're not starting completely over. He showed he has the ability to do what needs to be done.
Right.
Harbaugh didn't coach most of the games last year anyway.
He really
Right.
didn't. If you think about it, he really didn't.
So,
Yeah. How often can you say an assistant coach went 4-0 the year before?
right. So, like, and what they do, they had other coaches fill in at the beginning of the year a
Yeah,
little
Mike
bit.
Hart
Like,
coached for
right,
half
so-
a game. Somebody else coached for the other half.
Yeah.
the only thing I would be concerned about with Michigan right now is you are going to lose a little bit of the kids who wanted Harbaugh, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna lose some kids, right?
But you listen to a lot of players on that team, they
Right.
love Sharon Moore.
Right. I was gonna say I think we should
And
keep it
he was
Sharon Moore.
out doing the recruiting
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
Exactly. So I think with keeping him, you don't lose as much that way.
Right.
But also, like you could pick up where you left off, right? It's just you didn't lose much last year anyway with Harbaugh because again he missed what 7 fucking games last year.
Yeah.
It was a
6
3
or
game
7,
a 3
yeah.
game suspension and a 4 game, right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
How many from that staff are going with him?
That's what I would be concerned about.
The only thing I've heard was Mike Minter. That's it.
Minter,
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's
Listen.
factual or not.
If what
I
I heard
think
is
that means
correct,
a lot,
that he's
too.
taking the strength and conditioning coach, that's a big one.
Yeah? Yeah?
Because I think all 4 of us in this room know this, but we'll say this for the people listening. The strength and conditioning coach is in contact with the players on that team in college more than any other coach on that roster.
Yep.
Because there's regulations where a head coach and an assistant coach and a position coach on how much they can coach
Yep.
and how often, at what times, when. The strength and conditioning coach is always available to the kids, to the players, always. They're never off limits.
Right.
So they're always able to coach them, help them, condition them.
And they're always around.
they're
Not just
always
time-wise,
around.
but like during the day, they're always with the kids.
Right.
So
It's
that's
like
a
all your day-to-day
huge,
stuff.
huge
Yeah.
loss if I hear correctly that he's being taken.
And I look at another thing with them hiring Sharon Moore. We don't know the details of it. I don't know the length of contract or anything like that. But I look at it this way: say he goes into next year and he fails. Like he go 500, whatever. Okay, then you go big game hunting if you want. You can do that depending on how long they sign him to a contract.
Right.
Which I can't imagine it's more than 2 years. Maybe 3.
Not for a first time.
I think it's probably going to be in that range.
Right.
2, I would guess 2.
Right. So if it doesn't work, then you say, okay, this didn't work. Now let's go. It's fucking Michigan.
But like right now, there's no big game. To
that's what I'm saying, right now.
Like right now, there's no
Yeah,
big game to hunt.
So
right?
again, that's why I said you almost didn't have a choice. You kind of had to do this.
Exactly.
And it's just like when Michigan hockey last year, you know, they had to hire Brandon Naruto.
Yeah.
They had to because they took him to the Frozen Four. They had to. But this year, they're not looking so great. And then next year, if you want to go big game hunting, you can.
Right.
So
Right.
it's-
And this year there was no option to do that.
No.
So I think keeping this intact was the smartest move. It was like you said, it's almost the only move
Exactly.
that they had.
But all of this as a whole, in Michigan's athletic department, not looking great on Ward Manuel's resume. Holy shit!
No,
Like your basketball coach has run that program into the fucking ground.
And then
you just lost your
quit for like 2 games.
I think, yeah.
Like your basketball coach has run that program into the ground. You just lost Harbaugh. Again, the Mel Pearson thing with the hockey team. Like your baseball coach who
And if
took
you
him,
ask-
took him to the national championship game, you lost him too.
Yeah, Ward Manuel,
dude.
Ward Manuel, and Santa Ono for me are a joke.
Now with Santana, I can't say because he hasn't even been there like 6 months.
I know, but to me, he just was like he was so far up Harbaugh's fucking
Right,
butthole
yeah.
that I just can't take anything he does serious. Now, if he recovers from here on out, great.
Yeah.
But like to me, he was so far up Harbaugh's butthole, I can't even pay attention to that.
Now,
like, dude,
if you want to make a move, fire Ward Manuel.
yes,
Get rid of that
Yeah.
dude.
yes,
Yeah. Because honestly, the success that Michigan's athletic department has had, in spite of that guy, in spite of Ward Manuel, is actually pretty fucking impressive.
yeah.
So I think that's the first move you got. Get rid of Ward Manuel.
And I would agree with that. And I could tell you from being a Michigan fan that waffled a little bit because I was so against Harbaugh.
Yep.
Right, for a while. Yep. Very well documented on this program.
Oh, very
Right.
much so. Yeah.
So I can tell you, thank you for the natty. Thank you. It was fun, right? Enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for a day because then that life happened. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Great. Love seeing it. Michigan fan, super happy about it.
Dude, I was even happy for him.
But like
I
right.
enjoyed the shit out of watching that team in the playoffs. It was good football.
Well, and I saw
awesome
like
football.
during that time I was seeing text more and I was talking to you guys more
Right.
and I saw you were kind of
Yeah, I
cool
was
about it. Like,
paying
you were pumped about
attention.
it. Like great. Appreciate it. I love the natty and thank you for that. But bye.
Yep.
I'm okay with this.
I am too.
Yeah.
I really am.
And you should be.
And I know Michigan State fans, Ohio State fans are saying, "Oh, of course you're going to say that. Oh, of course you're going to be like that because what are you going to say? You want him back? You really want to keep him? No, you're going to just be like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with whatever's happening. No,
You didn't want him while he was here.
I'm well
Exactly. I'm going to stay with the same mentality I had the whole time he was pretty much the whole time he was here.
I'm well documented in saying I didn't want him here anyway.
Like
so
you're literally keeping the exact same
Yeah,
energy
like-
you have for the last 5 years,
Didn't
6
change,
years.
didn't change up the tone, man.
the last 3 seasons out of his 9,
Yeah.
he turned it around.
What's
I'm
the phrase,
happy for that.
What's the phrase the kids are using? I stand on business on that one. Yes, like
I stand on business on
stand
that
on
one.
business, whatever the fuck that means.
Right.
I don't know. This is
Don't
the
they
first
short-
time I'm hearing that
Will
one.
they,
same.
will they shorten it to I stand on biz
I probably yeah.
instead of saying medium or
mid.
mid? Like I stand on biz on that one. So yeah, like it's the truth though. And I know you weren't quite as harsh on him as I was, but
No.
you still were harsh on him.
I didn't lose sleep over this one bit when I saw it. I'm like, okay.
Hey,
Bye.
listen, if the program has a hiccup,
Which,
I'm
again,
okay with
I think
it.
they were going to regardless.
Thank you. They're losing a ton of players this year too. Like this was their run.
And then you look at that schedule. Are you fucking kidding me?
That too, which we
Jesus.
said and talked about on the show before. This was their run, man.
Yeah.
and it was going to have a hiccup anyway after the season.
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah, that is
you're losing JJ.
murderer's
You're-
row of a schedule next
the schedule
year.
sucks. You're losing JJ. You're losing Corum. You're losing a lot of players, right?
Which I think JJ's silly for leaving.
I
mean-
agree with you because I really
don't
don't,
think he's-
and we talked about it. I don't think he's that good.
No.
Dude, his mechanics,
Same.
his mechanics are terrible.
No.
Okay, he's a
Terrible.
very good college quarterback in that
Yeah.
system, right? He
In
can
that
he can
system.
run it, right? I don't see him as an NFL quarterback.
No, neither do I. I mean, if Kuiper's right and he truly goes to Seattle, Seattle's in trouble for the next few
Oh,
years.
Jesus Christ!
Pete's out of there
Can you-
just in time.
Can you
Right.
can you, ima-
Like he needs Pete.
can you
Pete
imagine?
can
he
obviously
does.
do shit with a quarterback.
Yes, he does.
All right, can you imagine if Harbaugh
That's a good
at
point.
what Chargers have number 4 overall?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Harbaugh takes JJ at 4 overall and
There's no-
casts Herbert
Please
aside?
fucking
There's no
do.
fucking chance he does that.
I'm just saying.
Right.
It's just funny. It's just a funny thing to say, right?
Well,
like, I mean, I don't think he will.
It's
but-
funny that you bring it up because Jeremy says Herbert's job is in question with Harbaugh.
I wouldn't
I-
think so.
Okay,
Why?
new
Like,
regime.
why?
I think he's correct in this fashion. Only in this fashion, right? New regime, not your guy. You didn't draft him, right? You'll give him the opportunity, but he's not your guy. If you see he's not your guy, at a certain point, you're going to be faster to cast him aside than you are if you're the one that drafted him. He's your guy. You're going to give him more opportunities.
But didn't he just sign a big deal?
Well, in that case, they might be strapped to him.
Herbert did.
But
Yeah, I
but
think
it-
they're
I thought
strapped
he
to
did
him.
last
but again,
year, or
with
was
a
it-
new coach,
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
going
right
to
before this season.
Eric, I think you're right. I think they just signed him to a new deal, like
So,
2
like,
years
you're-
ago or something like that.
so they might be strapped to him. But
We need stat girl, damn it.
only in fashion of saying like, okay, new coach, not your guy, you didn't draft him. Yes, he might be under a little bit more pressure. He might be more scrutinized.
Right.
But listen, I think we all agree that Justin Herbert's a damn good quarterback, right?
Yes.
So and
Yeah,
he-
if they don't want him, like,
Well, and he
Vegas
is-
will
If
happily take him.
Harbaugh fails with him, somebody's cashing in big time.
so
Because somebody's going
to get a good quarterback,
somebody's
right?
going to get him, and they're not going to.
See, this is where I think Harbaugh. Listen, he might not work out with Harbaugh.
Yes, he did sign a contract.
He did.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
Harbaugh does like the mobile quarterbacks. Not extremely mobile, but guys who can be mobile enough.
So
literally
he
was just
is.
about to say that. That is
Which he
exactly what I was
is.
going to say, bro. You took it out of my mouth.
5 years, 262.
Okay.
And that was, what, 2 years ago?
He's 1 year in.
2023.
Okay.
Guaranteed is 218.
Okay.
So average.
Yeah, that's going
52
to be
million.
real hard to be like.
It's going to be tough to get away from.
A little bit. A little bit.
But again, you're right. He likes a more mobile quarterback. Now, Herbert's not
He can
mobile.
He can
Right.
move.
He's not
He can
mobile,
move,
but he's
but
not
he's not
Kaepernick,
mobile. No.
which was his last quarterback in the NFL.
And
that
there's
he went
been
to the Super Bowl
rumors
with.
of him already having a shot at coming back.
There is
because
no
of this
fucking
move.
That
way
is
that happens.
pathetic.
No fucking way that happens.
Oh, I angered some people with that one.
No, I'm not angry. I love the like.
I love the reactions to that. I just
so
do.
fucking pathetic.
and it's not because of like the kneeing or anything.
No,
like
I
that.
know
It's
where
just-
you guys are going.
He's
with
been
this.
out of the league for 7 fucking years.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
The game is completely fucking different.
It has nothing to do with the kneeling or anything like
Like,
that.
come
I
on.
want to
No.
clear that up. I know where you're coming from. I know where
No.
it's not about the kneeling, guys. Those comments weren't from that.
And we also have realized with what happened with Deshaun that even being out for 2-3 years,
Yeah.
that game changes drastically.
100%. The game has gotten significantly faster. And
I
just-
don't feel like he ever caught up to the game even this year.
No.
I don't think they won because of him. They
No.
won
Oh,
because
hell
of that
no.
damn defense.
I mean, he wasn't around long enough for them to win because of him.
They had 4 different starting quarterbacks this
yeah.
year. 4. And 2 of which I dare you to tell me their names. I can, but I dare you
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I
You're
know
a-
one
you're a
was
Browns fan.
hyphenated.
But honestly, though, with that being said, that actually makes them getting to the playoffs that much more impressive. It actually
It
makes
is.
what that defense did much more impressive.
They got there in spite of their offense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The Browns were the first team to play a playoff game without their week one starting quarterback, running back, left tackle, and right tackle. Not to mention, they were on their 4th quarterback. So
That they literally just plucked off the couch.
right, literally called him as he was eating potato chips on his couch watching their last game, and
He
said,
was
"Hey,
throwing to his dad.
right, like he was watching them play, going, oh, their defense is pretty good." And they're like, and all of a sudden his phone rings. He's like, "Wait,
He's eating
I'm sorry, what?
Lay's. He's eating Lay's and Chippehoys on his
Yeah,
couch
exactly.
and just, hey, you want to come play quarterback for us?
He wasn't even throwing with high school kids. He was throwing with his dad.
Hey man, as long as he catches the ball, that's fine. But I mean, like that in itself has to earn Stefanski some Coach of the Year.
So,
votes
yeah.
anyway.
I
I think
I
I think
agree.
what's his face is gonna win.
I think
I was going to say
what's his
not.
face?
D'Amico.
D'Amico.
Ryan. Yeah,
D'Amico's got it.
D'Amico's got it,
in
right?
my opinion.
I think there's a couple coaches who are in the running. I think Stefanski is in the running, right? We
I
all
think
we
he
all
should
agree
be.
he's up there.
Yeah, he should be.
We all agree. Fucking kneecap biters, fucking up there, right? I mean, he's up there.
I think if the end of last year doesn't happen and this year's Lion season happens, then I think there's more conversation about Campbell winning it. But I think his
I would agree with
improvement
that.
really
I actually
came
would agree with that.
like,
I do.
partially through last year.
No, I agree with that too, because I think if the second half of last season doesn't happen and they just come out of nowhere this year, yeah. But I think the second half of last season made people realize, okay, there's something here.
This thing's on the rise.
It didn't just rise out of nothing. Whereas D'Amico Ryan's got that fucking Houston team to the playoffs based off of like fucking nothing.
And with a rookie quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So I think Stefanski's in the running, kneecap biters in the running, but I think it's D'Amico Ryan's to lose.
Oh, for sure.
I agree with that.
I will
Yeah.
I will on this show admit that I will back away from Stefanski for a year. I don't agree with a lot of his decisions, and I don't agree with a lot of things he does during gameplay. But listen, I have to admit he got more out of that team than I would have expected. They had 4 starting quarterbacks.
A lot more.
They lost their starting running back. They had 37% of their fucking payroll on injured reserve or on the bench. Like, dude, you earned a year for me to back away and not fucking.
Now,
talk
do you
shit.
think this was more Jim Schwartz's defense?
So that's the other thing.
Jim Shorts.
That's the other thing.
Looks like
now
a little
you heard me
long
talk
time
about this
tough
before, right?
Yes.
Jim Schwartz defense. Jim Shorts.
Jim Schwartz.
Mr. Jim Shorts.
Yes.
His defense was the catalyst of what drove that team.
Yep.
I agree.
Now, Stefanski hired him too, though.
True.
So in that breath, I can't say it was Jim Schwartz, without saying that Stefanski made the decision to hire him. You know what I mean? Like, it was.
And you also have got to put something into the fact that some of those guys on that defense are just really fucking talented.
Yes.
Like, Jim Schwartz,
And you have one of the
not taken away from him. But you have Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
You have guys like that are just going to be good no matter what system they
Owusu-Koramoah, that dude is Joker.
Who?
Jemiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Can you say that again?
The guy from Notre Dame a couple years ago.
The guy from Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's impressive. You can pronounce it.
That is
like
impressive.
I wasn't going to try to pronounce it. That's why I was just like, and other guys.
Yeah.
And other guys. I like that.
I got it right with 3 beers and a Bloody Mary in me, so I
played,
think
sir.
I'm doing all right.
Good job, buddy.
See how far we can take him.
Yeah, right?
Lady friend, bring the vodka.
I will eventually fail. I will tell you that.
We will try this
will
again
watch
in
and
30
tell.
minutes.
So
Owusu.
Jeremy Karuman.
All right, he's
yeah.
had enough now.
Yeah. Yeah. He had his limit. He's
But like they've got some talent, but I will tell you that they had talent before too, though.
Right.
And didn't get as much out of that defense as they had this season, right?
no,
which
his
is true.
scheme.
His scheme,
It worked.
it fucking worked.
Yeah.
And like that's where I give him credit. I give Stefanski credit, and I will back off for a year and not call him a jackass.
Yeah.
Somebody document that, though, that he gives 1 year to Stefanski, because if this goes to shit by like week 5 and he starts going in, I want receipts.
I give him next year.
Just look at what episode
me
is
a
this?
pen.
135.
Hey, everything I said about my Michigan stuff, did I not hold to it?
You did?
You did.
Okay,
We do have this on tape.
I held to it.
Oh yeah, I think
We
just
do.
go to
We
episode.
already
What is
have
It is on
135?
recording. Yeah.
The next
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
who gets pissed at Joe for driving around with Cleveland Brown shit on
Yeah.
his car will probably fucking say
Right.
something on here.
Like, remember that episode you said Stefanski's got another year?
You fucking jackass.
Oh,
Fucking-
Joe's not a true Michigander.
You Cleveland Browns fucking fan, you non-Michigander, you.
He'll get pissed at you 2 years down the road, but he'll comment on this episode.
Yeah,
Well, you know somebody who won't get pissed at you for being a Browns fan?
I do. Bald Man Entertainment. We all know planning events such as a wedding, birthday party, graduation party, or any other event that might require a DJ.
The only thing funnier was his face when you did it. His eyes rolled, and he goes, "You motherfucker!"
That might require a DJ. Can be very hairy. Eliminate the stress and give Steve Waddell at Bald Man Entertainment a call today at 586-747-5402. He is the resident DJ for St. Hubert's Festival every year. If he is good enough for God, then he's good enough for you. Again, that's Bald Man Entertainment, 586-747-5402. The best decision you can make for a smooth event. I'm sorry, Chris, you were saying?
He's gonna go silent on us.
I fucking had to, bro. I had to. Come on, man. We've been away for
I know at some point during the show you're gonna like sabotage me over something. I know what's going to happen. I just never know when. It's either gonna be like I'll be doing the read, you're gonna be like, let's go Buffalo or some shit, or I know it's gonna happen at some point.
Alicia sings along every time that song gets played.
I love that.
Such a good song.
I love that.
It's a part of the show at this point, bro.
Yes,
I have
it
to
is.
fuck with
Yes.
you a little bit, and I saw my opportunity.
Oh, Hey, I don't blame you. Well played.
It's a
Well
thing.
played on your part.
It's a thing in our house now.
Is it really?
Yeah, thanks.
That's awesome. Hey, don't blame me. Blame these fuckers.
Don't blame me. I'm the furthest away from it.
But you're the reason for it.
You are welcome. Chris, just say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
She's like, I don't want to watch football. I said, but you get to sing your song tonight. And she goes, let's go, Buffalo. That's who's playing. Yeah.
That's awesome. I dig that. That's cool.
Anyway, you were saying?
I don't know. I lost my total train of thought. You totally threw me off with this.
Sorry.
You button hooked me. I didn't know you were going to button hook me.
Oh, God, I'm glad we're back doing this. This is fun.
Oh, shit. Well, let's go to the games last week. Like, Frank, you talk about your Lions. Talk about the game, whatever.
You two have at it.
Yeah, this is your portion of the show.
Playoff
You
aim.
got-
So
let
let me.
Playoff game, game 2.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
I was gonna say let me.
Game 2, we ended with an interception.
No.
We did.
We had to
They did.
because they were coming.
That's what she said.
I hate when they come.
Both times. Both times,
Oh,
bro.
2 times, eh?
2 times.
Wow.
Damn.
Hooer.
We got a squirter.
It's so,
Listen,
I don't know.
to get at
what?
what I think you're trying to say,
Yeah.
you made Baker make
quit.
mistakes when it mattered.
I did what? Yep.
They did exactly what they had to do. They
did.
made Baker make mistakes. Yes, one of them, we discussed this before the game, Mike Evans should have caught that first one.
Yep.
There's no way around that.
Yes, he
But at
should've.
the end of the day, it was still an interception, and that stat does fall on Baker.
Listen, I'm a Baker backer, right? Mm-hmm. But
You got to trademark that.
Baker backer.
Baker backer.
So all along, though, I've always said, no matter what the quarterback, like some of us disagree
Right.
that shouldn't fall on the quarterback when it bounces off the receiver's hands, or whatever. All along, I've said, but it does. Period.
Yeah,
it does.
it does. It's
an
their
interception.
stat.
It's their stat. It's an interception. So he threw 2 interceptions.
Yep.
Period.
So you made Baker make mistakes when it mattered. And that was the whole thing to that game. If you could make them turn the ball over, you had a shot at winning that game. It's going to be the same thing this week. If you can make San Francisco make mistakes, you have a shot at winning that
And I
game.
saw Debo was playing.
Yes, I was just going to get to that part.
So I just saw it from Jeremy.
Oh, it's accurate.
Okay.
No.
No, I just saw it from Jeremy. Okay. Now, you sat here and said the one day, when it died, you would sit here on this show and you would say
Yeah.
it was dead. I need you to make it official, and we will as well. But we said you would do it.
Yeah.
When it was dead, you would do it. So
After
I need
week
you to say
one-
on the show, what's dead, Frank?
SOT is dead. SOL is dead.
Well, I mean, that
I
happened
mean,
a while ago.
SOT is off the rails.
SOT is off the rails.
We're always off the rails. But SOL is dead.
Yep.
Like week one, the way they played, they showed that it wasn't just suspicion that it was dead. They proved to you. They fucking killed it.
We talked about this a lot
And I-
last year too.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
And I
yeah.
and I will tell you.
And that was the caveat.
Well, Chris
And
and I
this was
said
the biggest
Chris and I
thing
set
that we were all
expectations,
for
right?
sure on.
Yeah,
was
win a
they
playoff
have
game.
to win a playoff game, and they
So-
finally did that, and the hell they won too.
And it
Everybody's
was just-
expectations were different, right?
And it was just sweeter that it was against Matt Stafford.
Right.
Yep.
Like we had talked about it near the end of the regular season. You had to exercise your demons.
It was the literal killing
Yep.
of SOL.
Yep.
Like to me, it couldn't have happened more poetically for a Lions fan. Mm-hmm. Having Matt Stafford come back after winning a Super Bowl into Detroit, and you literally exercised your demons against your old quarterback that
Yep.
couldn't get you there. That was poetic.
Yep. And you damn near killed him. You made his fucking eyes roll to the back of his head at one point.
So I will sit here and tell you, Chris and I both,
Familiar rib grab.
A very familiar rib grab.
like as Lions haters or whatever you want to call us, right? We get called
Non-Lions fans.
right.
Yeah,
we
you're
well,
just
we
not
get,
Lions fans. There's no
we
hate.
get we get called
Lions realists.
that's a lie. There's hate on my part. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not from your buddies though.
Not for you guys.
Okay.
Not for you guys.
No, he always does make that very clear. He'll sit there, look me dead in the eye, talk tons of shit about the Lions, and they'll go, "Not you, though."
Well, so
I know that. I know all about it.
there's
So he does it to you too.
oh yeah. So do I do. I absolutely
It's
do.
like Lions fans are fucking idiots.
And
Not you though.
And he's got me for 8 hours a day.
Well,
That's what she said.
Yep.
I just feel bad for you.
that's yeah. He's probably glad most of the time now, at least during football season, that I actually moved away from where he's at. The other parts of the year, maybe not so much, because it's usually pretty funny. But football season, right now, he's probably glad I'm not around. But like Chris and I, as being the Lions non-fans, right? Whatever you want to call us. Chris, you set your expectations for SO to be dead, right?
Yeah.
You guys set your own expectations. I set mine.
I had them as a fringe playoff team. I will
Right.
own that the whole time. I
Well-
said they will make the playoffs or they will just miss it, but they will lose in the first round. That was my expectation the entire year.
And
You
certain
also said more than 2 losses wasn't good enough.
At one point, with the way they were playing and the way that people were speaking,
I
yes,
love
I
the
did.
15-2 was
the
had to be
expectation.
it, or it wasn't good enough.
I love the fact he's pulling up receipts on your ass right now.
No, and I agree with that.
And Eric's memory's for shit.
Clearly,
That is, it makes it more impressive.
But listen, everybody had their set rules for SOL being dead.
Yep.
And I think some people killed it before it even should have been killed.
Oh, absolutely.
They all
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, they won like 3 games this year, and people were going SOLs.
that's
I'm
what
like,
you
no,
guys
it
said,
isn't.
the slappies.
So, but
Slappies.
officially now,
Like one of the guys I bowl with was like that. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm like, no, it's not.
no, you
have
can't
to win a
say that
playoff
yet.
game.
Yes, that was the
That's it.
Like they have had fluke years where they
Yes.
went like 11-6,
And
or
they
whatever,
went to the
or
playoffs.
11-5,
Right.
or whatever it
You
was.
have
for
to
those
win
years.
the playoff game.
Yeah.
And
And
as
then
Eric
so-
said,
Duke.
not only did you win one, you won 2.
and after okay, you won the division.
And according to you, they're going to win third.
I think they're going to win. I absolutely think they're going to win.
You won the division. You won a playoff game at home. You won a second playoff game at home. Okay?
Which we said at the beginning of the season that they were going to win the division.
Yes.
Because this division was
Well, we said at the beginning of the season they should win the division.
this
They
division
should.
was gift wrapped for you.
I will tell you what, though, going forward, if Cousins stays in Minnesota and Minnesota continues to build, and then with what Green Bay had done, not that it's going to be the best division in football, but it's going to be a very
good.
good division.
Minnesota's not the team I'd be worried about right now. That Green Bay team,
coming.
if Jordan Love keeps playing the way he's playing, because that second half of the season for him
Oh, yeah.
was
But that's what I was getting
out.
at. Green Bay looked like they
Yeah.
is playing extremely good football.
Yes.
Minnesota's always capable of doing something, especially when Cousins is healthy. And Chicago has a shot at making something out of what they have.
They have a shot at beating you 1 out of 2 games as long as Justin Fields is on the field. That
If
coaching
they-
staff, no, they're not going to do anything of worthwhile, but they can beat
If
you.
they're
one game.
smart, though, and they keep Fields and they go for Marvin Harrison Jr., that offense has the potential to be a little bit scarier.
Yeah. But I will sit here and tell you that it's dead.
Oh, absolutely. It's dead.
Yeah. It's dead.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dead. It is no more.
We've
And-
at
and
least
now-
restarted.
Yeah. And I will say
You know
that
what I mean?
we've sat here. You've had to sit here. You not as long. No. You've had to sit here and take us shitting on the team for quite a few
this
years.
fucking hat. I
Yeah.
wear a hat with an L on the front of it.
Which is still the dumbest hat possibly ever made.
Because I was all sitting here like, yeah, if you guys buy it, thinking you're not going to waste your fucking money on
Literally
it.
bought it during that show. man.
Chris is sitting there, he's like, you'll wear it. You'll wear it?
You should never say things like that, Frank.
Oh, I literally bought it during that show.
Sometimes I say things
oh.
for the entertainment value, but then when they happen, I have to continue to go along with
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So even this year when they were losing games, I would wear the hat.
Like, as soon as I saw that hat, I'm like, this
has-
hat is an absolute joke. I must buy it so
Yes.
Frank will wear it.
And if we weren't in a basement right now, I would set that hat on fire in celebration of SOL being dead. But
We might have to make that happen at some point.
if they win the Super Bowl, we will go outside and record ourselves,
listen,
and we will burn that
If
hat.
that's what it takes for you to exercise the demon still, like
Yeah.
we'll do that. We'll do that. It's therapeutic. We'll do it.
We're men. We like fire.
But fire. Fire. With that said, we bashed them. We fucking dropped turds on them like we shit on them, right? This is your guy. This
And I think it was
Someone's
deserved.
brutally.
Listen, it was very much
It
deserved
was.
in our mind, right? But I think they deserve the opportunity, which is one of the
Absolutely.
reasons why I wanted to come back and do this show.
But
now.
this is what bothers me is like, because we're not Lions fans, and we've shit on them, and deservedly so, we get labeled haters. That bothers me.
I don't give a fuck.
No, I know you don't. But I'm saying it because it's ignorant.
And I will.
That's what bothers me about it. It's because it's ignorant.
I will
Like, just because I
defend
don't
it.
like your fucking team, that means I'm a hater.
No, because we were right for fucking
For
60
60
years, and all of a sudden 1 year we're
And
not
you've been
right.
good for 5 minutes. Now all of a sudden I'm a hater. That's so fucking stupid.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I also don't give a rat's ass.
No, I hate the ignorant part of it.
I agree.
But the fact that
I agree.
you think I'm a hater just means you're an ignorant piece of shit.
Like, cool.
Fuck you.
Yeah, great.
Like, I
And
don't care.
I think Eric will agree with me. Like, I have sat here for an extremely long time and listened to the two of you talk about it. Eric has sat here for a while and listened to the two of you talk about
And
it.
he's listened to me for 6 years at work talk about it.
Joe owns it. Joe is a hater of that team. He is a scorned ex of the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Chris is probably the most realistic person when it comes to the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Chris has told me the entire season when he expects them to win, and it's been more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will not say Chris is a hater on the Lions
Look
all.
at the pick sheet from the whole season.
Yeah.
You tell me if he's a real hater.
Right. Like,
'Cause
he's
he
telling
picked
you
them-
the truth about what he
literally picked
believes.
them 90% of the time they played.
I honestly
Mm-hmm.
believe that I hate on that team more than Chris does.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Same.
100%.
Like,
If you were to say the two of us, I'm more of a hater than you are.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It's just for whatever reason, because I look at things a little bit different. I think we look at things a little bit different.
I mean, I can be realistic when I look at it, right? I can
Right.
still be objective, but I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I don't hate that franchise.
No, I hate
and,
that
and
franchise.
the majority of their fan base.
Oh,
I say the majority of the fan base.
like
yeah.
you see their fan base like on Lions Twitter, like, oh, fuck off, you haters. It's like, dude, we were right for 60 fucking years.
Yeah.
How about you go fuck yourself?
I was right about that team in the womb.
You know? How about you go? How about you go fuck yourself? Like, again, just because you're
Also,
like, honestly,
you're not wrong.
honestly, they're acting like Michigan State football fan
Or Michigan football
or
fan
Michigan
that we hate.
football. It's like, dude,
Like it's tired, right?
you know, be good for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this, right? I told you guys before the season started. I think you have a great team. Well, good. I think you have a good team. I think they're going to compete, right? I was happy for you guys that you were
Absolutely.
finally going to get there.
Right.
Yes.
And I can look you guys in the eyes and tell you, I'm fucking happy for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
And I
backed the team.
appreciate that.
I'm fucking happy for you.
Like my buddy
But
Pete, season ticket holder for
Yeah.
fucking 30 years.
Right.
I'm happy for that.
I'm happy for him too.
Yes.
The fucking majority of that fan base, though, dude, I'm sorry, I'm not. And I realized that, okay, over the last 2 weeks, I admittedly did not watch hardly any football, right? I didn't see much, but what little bit I saw on social media and what little bit I heard on the radio, dude, at this point in time, most Lions fans are like, oh, they're going to not only beat San Francisco, they're going to win a Super Bowl, they're going to go out and they're going to beat the fucking Avengers, and then they're gonna go beat Superman and Batman, and then they're gonna fucking go on and they're gonna conquer the world, and then they're gonna
This is when he becomes the hater.
like that. But that's the portion of the fan base.
Oh, I know.
That fucking I hate you. You just became good. Just enjoy it.
Yep.
Stop going around saying you're gonna fucking defeat the Avengers
What's
and
sad-
Justice League.
That's at least half.
Oh,
that's more
that's
than
what-
half.
I think
sad.
I would say at least 75% of the fucking fan base is
Yeah.
like that. Just judging by Lions Twitter, oh yeah, it's like anybody who's ever said a bad thing about that franchise, like they're coming after you. It's like, really? Again, you've been good for 5 minutes. Maybe
just-
let that marinate for a second
And just
enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
You haven't even
Like-
been good for 30 games.
Exactly.
But
No.
but in my philosophy is, dude, just enjoy it. Don't be
And that's it.
Don't be egotistical and a fucking arrogant asshole. Like, enjoy your team winning.
Yes.
Dude, I'm here to back you up and going, I'm happy for you. You're not being an egotistical fucking prick. Neither are you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you get to enjoy this. Those people, dude, you're the reason I fucking hate you and your franchise.
And in all honesty, like, and I know you guys want to celebrate, and I'm not going to speak for Eric on this. I'll celebrate in 3 weeks. If they make it that far and they manage to figure out how to win it, that's when I'll celebrate, because you still haven't won shit.
I agree.
You've won 2 playoff games, which is more than you've done in 70 years, damn near.
I want you to celebrate.
but I will celebrate in a couple of weeks if they manage to win out.
If that happens, if they win this game, celebrate, dude.
I will.
want you to celebrate. But I know you two aren't going to be fucking egotistical fucking asshole pricks about it and be like,
Oh, to all you haters, you see that?
you're not going to be you're not going
Trust
to
me, they win a Super Bowl. I'm coming over here ripping all these flags down and hanging a fucking lion.
There ain't nothing going to be but lion shit all over this basement.
Hey,
so-
hey,
but so-
you want to buy and pay for it? By all means, dude.
I've already been looking at them. It's
Sounds
sitting in
good,
my
man.
Don't worry,
Amazon
I will
cart.
take everything down nicely.
Frank?
Oh no, I'm ripping them all down angrily.
I won't be here for that.
if they win the
I
Super
will be
Bowl-
here for the remodel.
If they win the Super Bowl,
every flag, right?
every flag comes down. You can hang the biggest fucking Lions flag behind me. All
or
you want.
multiple.
Okay.
Or multiple. Doesn't matter.
Or multiple.
Do it. All
I'm
you
not
want.
buying multiple, dude. I'm
it's-
still unemployed.
It's not even my house.
Do
it's
we make
yours,
one?
but
Do we
right,
get one made?
it's our studio. I think we can say
Yes.
we're okay
I would,
with this.
I would
100%.
like to get a banner made eventually if they manage to win it. But
Yes. Get a banner. Get whatever you need.
I also think that they
Do
need,
what you wish.
Do what you.
They also need to figure out how to win this week.
Same.
Oh yes.
So,
Yeah.
and I'll let you guys get more into that, but I think we needed to exercise some demons on this show, right? Like, we needed to talk about this. It's good.
Yes.
It's therapeutic. Most
It's a
of
little
your
kumbaya circle.
I'm not gonna lie
Lions.
though. I really don't want a fucking Lions logo behind me
I-
when we're
I-
doing this fucking show.
bro.
Yeah,
I,
that
It's
Frank,
going to
it's
be
gotta be
halfway
really big.
between the SOT banner and the Bills flag, and it's going to be a lion's head right in the middle of the two.
Can you guys talk amongst yourselves for a second? I don't fucking want it either, bro.
I don't even want this Bills flag
I
behind
don't.
me right
I
now.
don't. I mean, I don't
You
want.
think I want the Raiders
At
flag
least
up?
he hates
I don't want
everyone
the-
equally.
Seriously.
I don't necessarily want the
Even his
Browns
own.
one up either because
Oh,
they
yeah.
shit the bed in the playoffs. But
I'm sitting in front of a fucking Maple Leafs banner.
but to be
That's
honest
right,
with
buddy.
you,
No, you're sitting in front of the Miami one.
but to be honest, well, yeah, by the camera angle.
At least
yeah.
I got Notre Dame over my
Hey.
shoulder, though.
No.
Camera angle, it's the Miami one you're in front of. So camera angle makes.
Well, that's good.
It's the camera angle. But yeah, so
I can deal with Miami.
I don't-
They're a bunch of convicts.
I don't. You relate.
I've never even been to jail.
I'm kidding. Everybody's listening. I'm joking.
You making jokes making me sound
I
like
know.
Vince McMahon.
Hey, man, they made a 30 for 30 out of that.
Alex-
Convicts.
Lady friend says, Frank, the house key is under the mat.
Scuba Steve, damn you!
There you go. Tell everyone on air where your house key's at.
Well, they don't know where the house is at though, so we're just gonna have to go to a
point.
bunch of houses.
There's
check
fucking
door to
computer
door.
nerds who will figure that out.
But
And you know, with Carl and Noonan, you just give them a treat, and they'll just
That's
yeah,
true.
do what you want.
like,
man.
yeah, that's go ahead, man.
Do what you
That's it's over there. Now, you guys have at it, man. Do your thing.
Yes.
Like I said, there's nothing to celebrate. I'm not celebrating until we win something. We've won 2 playoff games. That's excellent. I'm happy. But there's bigger prizes in front of us right now.
Yep.
Okay. I mean,
Two of the,
I hate to disappoint you, but I am laser focused on championships. If
I'm almost there. I'm not there yet.
that's what she said.
That's how I feel.
That's also
give a little tap on the head when you're ready.
It's mutual.
But, I mean, I really got nothing on either. Like I watched the game, and it was a relatively boring game. And I give credit to Lions fans that were at the game. That place was loud as fuck. You even hear it through the television. It was loud as fuck.
Third and fourth loudest games in NFL
Like,
history.
it was incredibly loud, and credit to them. I think they did have an absolute difference in that game.
And that is what's made this year fun.
Yeah.
Is how loud that stadium has gotten and how they have shown, the fan base has shown, regardless of the ignorant statements they make occasionally, showing that Detroit is a football city.
Oh, and this is one of the biggest reasons I've always said this is not hockey town, and it never will be. It's a football town. Period. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%. It's a football town.
And now you're seeing with them winning.
This
what
is
happens.
a fucking football town.
Yeah.
Like hockey town is it's never been hockey town ever.
If you were Hockey Town, you're not chanting Jared Goff
No.
last night at the Wings
No.
game.
And the amount of people I've gotten in arguments about that with is absurd. But I'm being proven right in this. It's a football town. It always has been.
You're sitting with two.
I feel like it's a different time. I don't feel like it was always a football town.
Oh, it's
No,
always
it's
been a football
It's always been a football.
Always.
It's always been.
always.
That Lions team had the backing of the entire fucking city and more. the entire time they were losing for years and years and years.
See,
It's always been NFL.
The last
I
handful of years has shown me one thing about the Wings, and that is that this city is a huge bandwagon fan.
Now that is
when
accurate.
the Wings
That I will agree
are
with
good.
that.
Yes.
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 Right now,
Now
even,
that I
they're
get.
not selling
Yeah,
out
but-
games, and they're still a halfway decent team.
Right.
The city will jump on the bandwagon when they get good.
They're going to make the playoffs.
I hope so.
But that goes-
because, for no other reason than I don't want them to trade Kane.
But that-
because I
They're not
think
going to trade him.
2-3 years down
Already?
the road, if he's still around, then they have the potential to be. a
No,
much
they're
better
going to
team.
make the playoffs this year.
I
that's
hope
a,
so.
That's a good team.
Again, Nostradamus. I hope
I
he's
thi-
right.
I do too, because apparently you've been fucking on point lately. I lately. Oh, okay, but I think that goes for the majority of people, right? We're hockey fans.
Mm-hmm.
We watch hockey, and you two are actually more hockey fans than I am, and I love hockey. But you guys take it to another level. I think you like hockey. I'm not sure how much. We haven't really had huge discussions about hockey.
I don't
but-
watch hockey now like I used to watch.
Right.
hockey.
So but I think that's the majority of people though, is they'll watch when their team's winning, but when they're not, they're like, there's better things to do.
That's
right?
how I am with baseball.
Same.
Yep.
I know Chris is a huge baseball fan.
I'm a baseball guy. I'll watch regardless.
But the last few years, like with the Tigers sucking and the Red Sox not being that great,
Not going to be
I'm
that
not-
great this year either.
no, they haven't done shit.
Last few years. It's like 10.
For the
It's
Tigers.
almost 10.
What,
The Tigers?
Tigers or the Red
The
Sox?
Tigers.
Oh no, I was saying the Red Sox.
Oh,
the
I
last
was
few
gonna
years.
say, I'm like, dude, I was like, we haven't had nothing to talk about here.
Oh
10
yeah,
years?
it's been far too long.
Yeah,
for
it's
the
been a
Tigers.
while.
I mean, the most exciting
That's
thing for
when
the
I
Tigers
got-
to happen was Miggy retiring.
See, and that's when I was impressionable to get into it, and they were good, and I
Yeah.
was getting into it.
Yeah.
And then in like 2012, 2013, they just said, yeah, fire sale, screw it, and they never went. They
Yeah.
they haven't been nothing to talk about since.
Yeah.
Like, see, like, because we were going down to the games like in 2006, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was awesome. It was that whole season was amazing to go to games, right? And it kind of progressed through like 2012 and like 2013 ish, and then it just you saw what kind of baseball fan base this is. It just died.
Yep.
It fucking died.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the Wings. When the Wings weren't very good,
Yeah.
you saw the attendance
Right.
dies.
Right.
Yep.
It dies. But with the Lions, it didn't matter how bad they were. Did not matter one bit how bad they were.
Nope.
You saw that
Never
place
once.
either sold out or damn close to sold out. Every fucking Sunday. And I know there's less
borderline-
games. I get it.
I mean, it was
But still.
close, but wasn't it until last year or this year that they actually this year was the first year they sold out season tickets?
Okay. Season tickets.
Season tickets.
Yeah, you're talking
but
very
you're talking
expensive
since
stuff.
2000. You're talking since 2000, and then they cranked the tickets.
That's bullshit.
at the end of this year.
That's bullshit.
The tickets were not out of reach. People weren't buying them because they didn't want to go.
But they still borderline sold out.
They
every
were
game.
they
Yeah,
but
they were
they were
still
buying them
selling
last
out on the
minute. They
secondary
were buying them
market.
last minute, or people were coming into town buying them last minute.
Or people
it
just didn't
wasn't
wanna-
a sell out before the season even started, before the game even started, 2 weeks before the game happened. You know what I mean?
Right, but they-
like that's different. This
Those
year.
people just didn't want to invest in a full season.
Right.
They still were going to go to a couple games. They didn't want to invest in a full season. Now, of course, they're winning, and winning brings money, right? No matter
does.
what,
It does.
Right? But the Lions were going to sell out more tickets than any other team in this city ever. No matter what the size of the arena, the size of the stadium, no matter what, it was gonna. They were. You just saw what I saw.
Yeah.
That's why I laughed when you were talking earlier.
I think that happened.
I do too.
What did I miss?
I do too. So
Yeah, Frank helped.
that's so when you were talking, that's why I kind of giggled. I didn't want you to think it was at you, but that's
No,
what I saw.
I think that happened.
Lady friend said, "Did Frank and Eric just give each other the Frank look just now?"
I think that just happened.
You have to show us what that is
That
after.
did-
'cause
that
I'm not
did
really
happen.
Sure, exactly.
That
what
absolutely
is.
happened.
Oh, I'm sure Frank will say something, and you'll get it. You'll see it.
It's like a little side eye.
It's just like
It's gonna look like I'm looking at you now, but usually I'm just looking off.
it's just like
camera.
it's like dead face. It's just like
Chris is very good at dead face.
yes, but
He's the best. at
we
it.
digress on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to that, yeah, and yeah, maybe people were buying tickets last minute, but they were still going, and that's the thing. They were still selling that place out.
Yep.
But with the Tigers and the Wings and stuff, like, they're just not going. Period. And I get it. I know there's more games. I understand that. But when you see how many places, 65,000 that place holds?
I think so, somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
and you see,
I think it's
LCA?
like 72 after all is said and done with standing
Oh, that's
room
Ford
and
Field.
all that
Standing.
shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ford,
that's
even
Ford
but even
Field.
the Silverdome.
Well,
that place held like
was
80.
Silverdome
Yeah,
was like
Silverdome was
90,000.
bigger.
Yeah,
that
like-
was ridiculous.
This, like I said, this has always been a football town.
Well,
At its core, it's
Well,
always
it was
been a
like
football town.
112,000 when Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant.
I was there. Yep.
Yep.
It was over 100,000 at that point.
But if you notice, that's the only thing people talk about with the Silverdome.
Yep.
Like
That's
they don't
true.
even discuss the fact the Lions played there. They
Nope.
just discuss that WrestleMania 3 took
Or the
place.
Because that
first
stadium
failed
was a
implosion.
fucking dump.
and the fact that they couldn't even destroy it properly.
No, because the first time it didn't even move.
Like that was the best. When that happened, I think we did a show after that.
the funniest thing
I was
was,
like, oh my god.
so you used to live over there too. I lived not far down M59 from it.
Yeah.
When they set off the first time, they set off all those charges.
Yeah.
I felt it at my house.
Oh, did you? really?
But the building never fell.
And at that time, we thought like this is the most SOL thing ever.
Like, how do you
Like,
fucking?
come on.
How
Yes,
do you
that's
fail?
exactly what I
Like
thought.
legitimately.
How do I feel the charge at my house, miles away? Not hundreds of miles, but miles away.
Right.
But you don't actually knock the building
It
down.
was probably a good 15, 20 miles between there and where
Like,
we were.
It's surprising they got the dome down properly. Before
I
they
think the
tried.
dome only went down properly because half of it was torn down because of the weather.
Yeah, it was already down. No, it was already down. They were
Yeah.
just trying to do the outside walls, and they failed at that.
Yeah, that's I mean, again,
That's how inept the
SOL if
organization
I've
was
ever
at
fucking
one
seen
point.
it,
That's
you
very
know?
true.
You know who's not inept?
The Joe Wright Group? Whether you're buying or selling your home, now's the time
I
to take
wasn't gonna say
advantage of having the expertise of 4 real estate agents for the price of one on your side. Make the right move with the Wright Group, the Joe Wright Group. Give Greg Joe Wright, Mike Bush, Shane Wilson, and Alex DeRocher a call today. The phone number is 248-535-4750 to fulfill all your real estate needs.
Well done, sir. Good job, buddy.
It was 2 things. I knew he would laugh, and I knew you weren't about to say anything.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say shit. I was gonna say silent on that one.
Frozen.
I was gonna say silent on that.
In that case, I'm glad you picked it up because I literally was kicking it to you at this point.
I was gonna say silent.
It
on
was
that.
the
it
2
was
things I
already
knew
over.
would happen. I knew you would find it hilarious, and I knew Chris was going to go dead on it.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
We had one show back when we were at the studio. Literally started off, nobody said shit for 60 straight seconds. I was freaking out.
It might have been longer than that.
We're just all sitting around. The girl who was doing the board for us at that time was like, what is going on right now?
And I told these guys
like,
before the show, I'm like,
there
I'm
we go.
not saying anything. And they
He just went completely
I
silent.
mean, we
didn't
didn't,
say a word.
we didn't necessarily believe you.
And that was funny seeing the producer. She was like she was freaking out. She's like,
She had deer in headlights on.
Yeah.
She's like, is anybody gonna say anything?
And I think I was the one who finally said something
Yeah.
because I was like, I can't sit here in silence anymore. I'm freaking out.
Chris and I were eerily comfortable, even though we've been radio trained.
Yeah,
we were
but-
eerily comfortable
whatever.
with like silence.
Right.
Like somebody's gonna say something at
Right.
some point.
But then you,
The 5 minutes of training I had,
Right.
I was like, you can't have dead air. Can't have dead air.
Frank's like, we can't have this much dead air, guys. We gotta do something here.
Somebody say something.
Eventually, Frank did. So I mean, we, you know,
Basically went full Cody Rhodes and went, so what do you want to talk about?
I mean, do you want to jump into that?
Wait, no, well, we will. I want to get into wrestling. I do. I want to get
Because
into
the
it.
Royal Rumble, yeah.
So, but I want to say something.
if
So,
they're still having it at
If
this
they're
point.
still having it at this point.
do you wait? What?
Slim Jim, who was
Oh,
sponsoring
yeah.
it, dropped
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, they're still
and
doing
there's rumors of Peacock dropping it and Netflix possibly dropping the deal that they just announced.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't think that's going to happen.
I
don't think so.
I don't
either.
think
I
any
think
of that
if
is
it was
bad.
going to happen, it would have happened already. Yeah.
So I do want to, Chris. Do you want to talk at all about your team?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I want to get into this, and I'll lead you into your team real quick.
Sure.
This is really all I can add to it. Right?
Do it. Go.
The trade details that helped land Kansas City Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
The Chiefs received number 10 overall pick from Buffalo,
Yep.
and Buffalo trades the 27th overall pick, or they get the 27th overall pick, the 3rd round pick, 91 overall, and a 2018 first round pick. That trade has led to the Chiefs dynasty-ish, right? Their run, and
I think getting to AFC Championship games would constitute as a dynasty.
and
I disagree with that.
the Bills.
You got to win Super Bowls.
The Bills have 5 playoff wins and 5 playoff losses. 3 to Patrick Mahomes, 1 to Joe Burrow, and 1 to Deshaun Watson. Now their wins are against a 40-year-old Phillip Rivers, Tyler Huntley is a rookie,
Yep.
Mac Jones is a rookie,
Yep.
Skylar Thompson,
Yep.
and Mason Rudolph.
Yep.
So with that, I'm not kicking you in the junk. I'm just stating facts, right? And that's a pretty big fact in what happened this year, I believe, with them losing to Kansas City again.
Yep.
Have at it.
No, we talked about it before the show. It's when you play not to lose, you fucking lose. Simple as that. The Bills had numerous second and shorts and decided they didn't want to take shots downfield. They just were content. Their whole game plan was run clock, so Kansas City couldn't get the ball. That was their whole game plan, which to me is absurd. It was absolutely absurd. And you know why it's absurd? This little stat right here. The Chiefs only faced 5 third downs in that game. 5. They picked up 20 first downs on first or second down, and they only punted once.
Wow. From a guy who brings out stats all the time,
I saw that. I was
That-
like, I have to bring that up.
that is a fucking mind-blowing stat.
Yes.
Wow.
So while the offense, I think, did their part, especially Josh. Josh played well. He did.
Yeah.
Josh played well. The defense. It's the defense. It's always been the defense. And who runs the defense? Sean McDermott. And in the Bills groups is like, oh, if you want McDermott fired, you're an idiot. Blah blah blah. No, I'm not an idiot. He's gotten you to a certain point. This is his ceiling. He's reached his ceiling as a head coach. He's reached his ceiling.
Caldwell.
Exactly.
Caldwell.
You're not going to go any further with him.
Yeah.
Now, if you were smart,
They were shaking their heads.
you'd bring in one of two guys right now.
Yeah.
You'd bring in either Mike Vrabel or you'd bring in Bill Belichick.
Ooh, can you imagine Belichick with that team?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you want Belichick.
Belichick running that fucking defense?
I think Belichick running that team would be fucking nice.
You got
Running the defense is one thing. Running the team is another thing.
But you have Josh Allen as you have a legitimate quarterback.
What are you guys looking at, like
wow.
GM wise? Because what if you bring them both in?
Brandon Beane's an idiot. Like he's an idiot. Like he could have had Christian McCaffrey when he got traded, and he did not. They didn't do any. They brought in Naheem Hines last year.
Right.
Like you did.
Here's my thought: offer Belichick a sweet deal to take a GM role.
He wants to
because-
coach though.
But he does, and he can be close with Vrabel.
Right.
He wants all of it.
But that's the thing. They're not going to. They're not.
what she
Sean
said.
McDermott's not going anywhere. They're not firing him, and that's the shitty thing. They're not firing.
Yeah,
him.
they're not.
See, that's what's dumb.
And
It's
I
like,
think this is
you
one of the
can't
reasons why
interview
Belichick-
in the offseason and kind of just be like, you know what, you're fucking out of here, bro.
And I think this is the biggest reason why Belichick hasn't gotten a head coaching job this season is because he wants full control. And
Yeah, he
nobody's
wants
gonna give
too
it to him.
much.
And nobody's going to give it to him.
Atlanta reported he wanted everything
Yeah.
just like he had it in
And
New
nobody's
England.
gonna give it to him.
Nobody's going to do
And
it.
then he wants like $28
70
million
years-
on top of it.
He's 70 years old.
Right. Like we get it.
I think he's older than that, isn't he? How old is he?
He's
I
he's
think
up there.
70.
I think
Yeah,
he's
up
almost
there.
80.
No. Literally, I think he's 70. Like he just turned 70 this season.
Frank, you on this one?
I'm on it.
Please,
Sweet.
thank
Well, we
you.
need Stat Girl.
I was just about to Google it, but I
71 years old.
71.
71.
April 16th,
Touche, sir.
1952.
Dude,
So he's about to be
Hang it up.
72.
Go home. Like honestly, go home.
He's basically being forced
Be
to
a
do that at this
consultant
point.
for somebody and get paid under
But
the
he wants
table, bro.
he wants Shula's record. He wants the wins record. That's what he wants.
he's an egomaniac.
He wants Shula's record.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He wants full
That's-
control of any team he goes to, which I'm sorry, any team is smart to say, no, we're not giving you full
No.
control because you look at his track record as a GM,
Yeah.
it's horrendous.
Yeah, it's awful.
His
You wanna
player
be the-
selection is really, really bad.
Oh, in the draft, especially in the draft, it's awful. It's
it's
flat
like,
out
dude,
awful.
you rode Brady till the wheels fell off him,
Yeah.
and then your wheels fell off too.
And this is what
sorry, not sorry.
And this is what I'm
That's
saying. If the Bills were to hire him,
it's eye test.
if the Bills were to hire him as just the head coach, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be all in on that. But that's not going to happen because he wants full control wherever he goes. And no team in the right mind will give him full control.
I would also rather see Vrabel go there.
I would love if even though if you look at his
like that.
offenses in Tennessee, and granted he didn't have the best quarterbacks or anything, but Ryan Tannehill, we've looked at the numbers with Ryan Tannehill. He wasn't the worst quarterback in the world.
No.
He just made mistakes sometimes when it mattered.
Right, and like Josh Allen does. But you look at his offenses; they're not great.
He's not wrong.
He's not. He's not wrong.
The messed up part is the Bills have been good enough to overcome most of
Yes,
time. When
it's
those
just
mistakes
Hey,
happen.
Alicia.
Oh.
She just said, "Hey, boys."
Hey,
Hey, girl.
But yes. So basically, to answer your question, it's the defense lost this game. It wasn't
Right.
Josh Allen or the offense.
No.
The defense lost this game.
Yeah.
Period.
Nope.
They could because just by that stat alone I gave you, they couldn't stop him on third down.
I'm not.
Or
gonna lie,
even
that's,
before
that's
that.
a mind-blowing
Right.
stat.
So it's simple as that.
It's insane.
And this is another reason why it comes back to Sean McDermott because he's running that defense.
Yep.
And yes, did they have a million injuries? They did. However, I don't care. Everybody's hurt at this point in the year.
Yep.
Yep.
But it was so that's why when you're playing not to lose, just run it by run. And yes, we've begged them to run the ball the entire year, and they were running it effectively. But during the game, you're not going to win this game with field goals, guys. You got to take some shots downfield. Like there wasn't bad weather. Like it wasn't weathering outside. Yeah, it was cold, obviously, and I guess a little bit windy because you saw Tyler Bass's kick go fucking dead right, like one of my drives.
And Tyler Bass is actually one of the better kickers in the league too.
this thing went like fucking hook.
Except
City,
mine
though.
goes dead left because I'm a lefty, so it goes dead left instead of
I
dead
was
right.
getting ready to say, I'm like, I'm
this
looking
field
forward to
goal
when
win.
we get to go.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
But-
like it was nasty.
It was that
though.
bad.
I'll put it this way: the offense played well enough to win that game.
Right.
They did. The defense again let them down.
Well, I think it goes back, and again, I'll take your word for it. I didn't see it, but I didn't even see the kick. I truly haven't even seen a replay of the kick.
Oh.
But I saw some memes. But
It
So you get the
hung
gist
right.
of it,
I mean, I got the fact that it went wide right.
like way right.
It was pretty wide right, right?
But at one point it was going in, and then
And
it
then
was
just
pretty wide
hooked,
right.
right? And I will say, like, you and I fucking can't stand kickers. Can't stand them.
You know,
I
the theme all
added the
year.
fucking kicker for
they are
him.
my favorite.
Did you
All
really?
year.
You put it in the
Yep.
text. Good for you.
I'm sitting there going, I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say this, but I have to. Somebody has to say it.
Good for you. No, I mean, and I'll say, I think Tyler Bass is actually one of the better ones in the league too.
And he hasn't been very good this year.
Really? See, I couldn't
He
even tell
hasn't
you
been
that. to be honest
automatic
with you.
this year like he usually
Yeah,
would.
he's been one of the more consistent kickers in the NFL.
He has been. Now I will say this: if you're one of those fans that send him death threats, jump in front of a bus. You're an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
please.
Like I'm sorry.
There
fuck
needs
you,
to be
fuck
a
you.
line.
Did he really get death threats?
Oh yeah, he had to like completely delete all his socials.
Yeah.
It's
even
sickening, dude.
even from
It's
Buffalo Bills
sickening,
fans
dude.
who are like notorious for supporting even opposing
Yeah.
players.
Yep.
That's sad,
It
dude.
is.
It's sickening, dude.
That's sad.
Like that's like you're just a pathetic human being if you're sending an athlete
Yeah.
death threats for missing a kick.
Like, come on, man.
And not to mention, like if you're burning your jersey, you're just an idiot.
Well, yeah, you paid for that.
Yeah,
You paid for that.
you paid.
So you're burning your own money.
You're burning your own money. However, if you're a homeowner or looking to be a first-time home buyer, give Jason Stiltner, Senior Loan Officer at Flagstar Bank, a call today at 248-752-3631. Jason has great mortgage programs for first-time home buyers, including down payment assistance options and excellent interest rates. Again, give my guy Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631 and get the excellent service you deserve. Flagstar Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to get an ad read or which ad read you're
That's
going to get.
all he got.
That was fucking
all
stellar.
he-
Right?
That was fucking stellar.
You didn't even take a breath between the
No.
last word of what you were saying and the first word of the
And
ad.
all he got was a yeah.
Well, I was going to play the
Really?
Happy Chinooka one.
Happy Chinooka.
No
Happy
Buffalo.
Chinooka.
You gotta give him a Let's Go Buffalo.
No, I felt like he needed something more unique than just like everyone would have expected Let's Go Buffalo for him. You know what I mean?
I have to sit here some weeks after the most discouraging of losses and listen to some of the shit I have to. You couldn't. There you go.
Alicia is ecstatic right now.
Yeah. At least you sing along.
Bills make me wanna kick your heels up
She knows this part
throw
too.
your hands up and throw your head back and come on now. The Bills are making it happen now.
No, they're not.
I remember going to that game too.
Sadly,
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Sadly, they're
I remember going to the Buffalo Cleveland game here and just looking at Joe going, "We need that. I don't care what we have to do. We need that."
I remember hearing it at that game. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I will say though, I talked about this game the other day because I think we hit the year mark not too long ago, right, of going to that game.
Yeah.
And I talked about it, I'm like, how fucking great was that game?
That was fun.
It was awesome.
Like,
That was a blast.
that was. We live in Detroit. Mm-hmm. He loves Buffalo. I love Cleveland.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, these two fucking teams are playing
In Detroit.
and we're like, all right, let's fucking do this shit. It was fun, man. It was great.
It's two of my favorite games I've ever been to. Was that one and then the Minnesota-New York one when they had that years ago here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it just, especially at the times we went to them, Detroit didn't have what they have right now.
Right.
So you got to see how exciting a real football game was at that point. It was like the Lions were somewhere between a high school and a college game.
Because that game was like right before Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because I remember, because I went to the Thanksgiving game like the following week or 2 weeks after.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Not even Canadian
Like it was-
Football League or Arena Football League.
It was one of the more fun football games I've been to.
It was a
'cause-
blast.
Well, because like football games I've gone to have
Yeah.
been college,
Yeah.
or like we went to the national championship game down in New Orleans. But like Lions games I've been to have never really been exciting to me.
That's why I said they're somewhere between a high school and a college game.
They have been, and I really didn't like the franchise for a long time either. So when I went to a Lions game with somebody, it was like I was going just to go with them,
Right.
have a
Well,
little fun.
like when we went to the New
watch-
England game.
I went to watch New England,
Right.
right? Now that
We
was,
all did.
Now that was fun.
Like
Enjoyed that game.
that.
Even though the Lions won it somehow.
Yeah, would have been better if they didn't.
Like
win.
that Lions Bears one we went to. That Monday night
Okay.
one. That was dope.
And I was borderline off the rails
Yeah.
on that one already.
Yeah.
But that game was fun as
It was
hell.
fun.
It was a good time, and we were fucking upper bowl too. Like
Yeah.
it was like last minute tickets.
That place
we were,
was loud as fuck.
dude, it was insane.
Yeah.
And it just makes me so happy that like that game is now being mentioned as like the fourth loudest game that they've ever had.
That
It's
Monday
no,
nighter?
yeah, it's no longer the pinnacle of what that Ford Field
And it
sounds
was for
like.
years.
Right.
That place
was
was
for
that place
years.
was loud as hell. Man. That place was like shaking. It was fucking that loud. Even then.
I borderline needed fucking earplugs.
Yeah.
It was that
Yeah, it
fucking
was- it
loud
was
in
cool.
there. And now it's the
Yeah,
fourth loudest game at the
It was
stadium
like 20 decibels louder
at
this
last
past
game.
week. Yeah.
Like that's nuts.
Allegedly.
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 They falsify the numbers.
I mean, all teams do that shit though.
Yeah.
They all do that. Like I know the Chiefs do it. Like because Arrowhead's like one of the
Seattle does it.
Seattle definitely.
Seattle
does
definitely does it because
100%,
they strive on the fact of being the loudest stadium
Yeah.
in the league, and
Yeah.
they.
But same
come
thing
on.
with Arrowhead. They do like we're the loudest stadium
Yeah.
in the league.
I just don't understand how the outdoor stadiums are the loudest.
Well,
you would think with
with-
the
Right.
enclosure, it would
Right.
keep the sound in.
Right, with like Seattle Stadium, how it's built, it has like the sides of it have it's almost like a half a roof, so it actually
Okay.
keeps that. And then with
Kind of like
Arrowhead,
Miami has.
yeah.
Okay.
And then with Arrowhead, it's like underground. Like the field
Okay.
is actually below sea level,
So it's Comerica Park style.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't the sound. It's built more upright instead of out, and that's how it keeps the sound in.
Gotcha.
Well, the Seattle one, you're right. It's like the stadium. It has half a roof.
Right.
So like the sound goes up and just basically funnels back down.
Yeah.
So you get the sound going this way, and then it kind of goes up and around. Like it basically just all funnels back down,
Yes.
which is, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it is like the loud. Technically, from what I understand, it's the loudest
Yep.
fucking stadium in the NFL because of however they built it. It just echoes something.
And apparently, this
fucking
is what the
horrific. It's
this is what the
ridiculous.
Bills are going to do with their new stadium.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of the same thing.
And I
But
know
they're actually going to be able to cover like the stands, so you don't have to have people shoveling snow out of fucking seats.
Oh well, you look at that.
it's so awesome to see that shit happen.
The fucking
though.
absurdity of it, though.
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
like I agree
it's
with
like,
you on
come on,
that.
man.
Hey guys, we're gonna pay you $20 an hour. You want to come shovel some seats?
It's pretty sad.
But I know, like with Ford Field, they have noise reduction technology in the ceiling of it, so it actually muffles that sound.
Yeah.
I would think that'd be more for like concerts, though, wouldn't it?
It's what it's for, but it's still there regardless.
Well, no matter what. Yeah. Like they
Yeah.
don't take it out for football games, right?
Right.
So.
Now I will give credit. I actually found this pretty cool with watching obviously the Bills Chiefs game was Jason Kelsey. I fucking love that guy.
He's my favorite.
That was awesome, man.
He's my fucking favorite.
That was. I love that guy.
That's awesome.
That's
From the
cool as fuck.
That
tailgating
was
to
awesome.
hopping out of the suite.
That's cool. I love that he just told his wife, he's like, no, this is happening. I'm absolutely fucking jumping out of this
It
thing.
looked
I'm
like he got yelled at like 3 different
Well,
times. Like, get the
so-
fuck back here.
right?
He
only thing
basically
that-
told her. He told her. He goes.
I'm
I'm
doing
not
this.
asking for permission. I'm
I'm
telling
doing
you what's
this."
happening.
And the thing that disappointed me, like his wife did an interview either earlier today or yesterday, I don't remember when it was. He wanted to go through a table. Like he was
Yeah, yeah.
going
Oh,
through
yeah.
the tailgate, looking for somebody with a table that he could jump off of a car and go through.
That'd have been awesome.
Oh, I would have served him up properly. Dude. I got a couple of tables for you, brother.
Unlike the Lions fan I sent to Chris, they lit a table on fire at a Bills tailgate, and some asshole wearing a Lions sweatshirt fucking hops off, ends up getting lit on fire. Then he Looney Tunes it, stands up, starts running around.
Stop, drop, and roll, dummy.
That was planned.
We were taught that in grade school.
Right.
He
Stop,
gets
drop, and
right up,
roll.
and he starts
He's not
running
dropping.
around.
He's rolling in the air.
They had to fucking tackle him to get him down.
So, I will tell you that I've become a big fan of Jason Kelsey.
Oh, yeah. What, like,
And-
you've
and
listened to their podcast,
Yes.
right? Their podcast,
Yeah.
I love
their
their
podcast is great. I
podcast.
love their podcast.
Hilarious.
I'm not as big a fan of Travis as I used to be.
Agreed.
It's just he's become a little irritating to me.
It's not the T
and
Swift
it's
thing
not,
either.
It's not Taylor Swift. It may be a little bit of saturation because
Yes.
of it.
Yeah.
But it's not just because of that. Like his personality has worn thin on me a little bit.
He's corny.
He's corny and he's a little bit egotistical. Like Jason is just a downright fucking like
He's a dude.
he's a dude.
He's
man.
a fucking dude.
Like he just is like he's
like
like us.
He's
he's just a
yes.
dude.
Like I would like to go drink beers with you,
Yes.
and we'd have a blast.
Yes. Like for me, it's like
He wore sweatpants
awesome.
to the fucking game.
right.
Always wears sweatpants.
Yeah, like he was in sweatpants and Tim's.
I wear sweatpants to work most of the time. Like I can relate
That's
to this
what
guy.
He does. He always wears sweatpants.
I see it.
Like I can relate to this dude, right? It's you're wearing comfortable fucking pants. Yeah. It's awesome. But yeah, this dude is to me huge fan.
36-year-old big guy. He's just fucking hopping in and out of that suite.
And
like,
he's just
no
living
problem.
life, man. He's
Now we should. Yeah.
he's about to retire.
Oh, yeah.
He's just
He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's got a
Absolutely.
Super Bowl ring. Like honestly, he should absolutely go into one of these networks, Fox, NBC, whatever, and be studio or in the booth.
His
I'd rather watch
personality-
him than fucking Romo.
Yeah.
same.
God, that dude.
I agree.
Same.
That
Totally agree.
Same.
CBS just needs a new booth. Period. Yep.
Well,
Like, I love
thi-
Jim Nance, but
I think Jim Nance has
time to
gotten.
go.
I think Jim Nance has
It's
gotten tired of
stagnant.
Romo.
It's
Oh
stagnant.
yeah, I think that's evident.
But I think that's his problem. I don't think it's Nance's problem. I think he's tired of the fucking Looney Tune he has sitting next to
And
him.
you know the
I
sad
feel
thing
like
is-
Nance is stagnant though. It's just
Yeah,
like,
no, I
it's
agree
just
with
so
you.
monotone. just
Eric, I agree with you
blah,
100%.
just Not interested in it.
Now, and Allison will confirm this. Like I watched the Bills Chiefs game. I had the sound off.
Did you watch the Bills Chiefs game?
Yes, but I watched it with the sound off because I didn't want to hear Romo
Why
Right,
would you watch
right,
that
right.
game?
What?
Why would you watch that game?
because it was on.
You were confirming the fact that you watched it with the sound off, not the fact you watched the game.
Correct.
I got it now.
I'm glad your retarded brains
I-
could fucking figure that out. Nicely done.
I was just being a dickhead.
That's why I sat that one out, guys. That's why I sat that one out.
I was just being a dickhead.
I know you guys are stupid.
Sometimes it's fun just to try to piss Chris off.
Did I stutter?
Are you stupid?
I said,
You got to do the.
hold on, ready? I said, bitch. Good Lord.
Yeah, I think this completely got off the rails.
I said, bitch.
But yes, like I had to watch it with the sound off because I can't stand Romo. I'm done. I'm completely done with that guy. I can't.
So I think we talked about it like fucking second season in, maybe third. We
That
were
was
like,
third.
he jumped the shark
Oh, yeah.
season 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like his second season into announcing games was like, all right, bro.
The way he was reading a game at first was like the best thing in
It
the
was
world.
cool.
And then probably halfway through his second season, it was like, okay, I'm done with this.
And then he became a character.
Well, I was say he became a parody of himself. He literally became a parody of his own persona.
And the game had also evolved at that point. So what he was thinking he was reading half the time wasn't what was actually going on.
Right.
And, ooh, Jim. Like, Are you? Oh, I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
Trying to sound like Macho Man.
Like, are you like ooh, snap into
But a
Slim
high
Jim.
pitch.
right? Exactly. Yeah.
A little more high.
But like
but
a
it's
high
like,
pitch. Yeah.
are you shitting too while you're announcing this game? Like, what are you doing right now? Like,
Jim Nance is coming on. Tony needs to be excused.
I remember trying to stream those games at work, and I would just be listening to him, and it was like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on in this game because he's just doing shit like that.
Right.
He's not ever telling you what goes on in the game. Jim, I don't know.
oh, I don't know, Jim.
But see, like I don't.
I'm like, Jim, tell me what the fuck he's doing.
Like I don't know what
I don't know.
I don't know what Romo's contract is, like the rest of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But if CBS is smart, they'll hire Greg Olson once he gets replaced with Brady.
Olsen's great.
Olsen
I agree with you.
And he's been doing it for a few years now, and he hasn't gotten
No,
stagnant.
I think it's fantastic.
He's literally, he's there. He knows his job.
Yes.
he does it.
Romo has
like
4 more seasons.
4 more. Holy fuck.
10-year, $180 million. Signed it in 2017.
Okay. I'm not doing the math on that, but
Yeah,
math
same,
is not my strong
same.
suit. Never has been. Never will be.
Lady friend says she can confirm that you did watch the Bills game,
yeah,
and you did watch it with the sound up.
that is accurate. Yes, that happened.
What?
Boy needs a potty break.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Go take a pizzle.
And I pottied before.
Go take a pizzle for shizzle.
I will.
I was going to say, this is going to be one of those shows where if you got to go, you could go.
Yeah,
It's
go,
like,
man. You're good. You're good. Do what you got to do.
This is not Joe and Chris holding
We're-
down the fort by themselves.
We're excusing you. Go ahead.
oh boy, he's gonna have to deal with the dogs.
Have fun, buddy.
Enjoy.
Don't get attacked.
Yeah, right.
Well, Eric had said before the show that he couldn't add anything to the wrestling talk if we got into it. So
Do it.
we
Wanna
can
start
di-
that.
Yeah.
we can dive into it now since he's going to take a pee break. I can add more to that. I've watched it. That's the one show that I have kind of kept up on is
Right.
Raw and SmackDown.
Yes.
I was able to record those and watch those later on in the evening after bedtime and things like that.
First,
So
let's start with Monday Night Raw going to Netflix next year,
let's do that.
which, to me, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I'm not either for the simple fact you're making Dennis says SmackDown on now. Yes, I am recording it. I will watch it when I get home. Don't spoil it, Dennis.
Yeah,
the way-
considering that Rumble's tomorrow, I'll probably
But-
go home and watch it too.
By the way, Dennis, love you, buddy. Appreciate you tuning in.
Thanks,
But Don't
man.
spoil it.
Are we going to see Dennis tomorrow?
I don't think so. I think he said he's having a couple people over at his house.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, why don't you tell your friends to get with our friends?
And we can be friends.
and we could be friends. Yeah. I mean,
All right,
I
Biggie.
I mean,
no, that's Puffy. No,
I
Puffy
think it was Puffy.
That's Puffy said that.
I think
yeah.
Dennis knows that. Any of his friends are invited over my house for sure. I think he was already planning on doing it, but
Right.
But yeah, Dennis, obviously, you and whoever you're having over your house are welcome at my house if you want to come over. I'm having some people over as you were invited. We'll have some drinks, some food, and do the fucking Rumble pool or whatever, but
Do the wrestling thing.
the wrestling thing. But yeah, anyway,
But yes,
Netflix.
Going back to the Netflix, I'm not a huge fan of it. Again, what I liked about with it on Peacock is basically you didn't have to pay for pay-per-views, which is dope. It was
Right.
great. Like, okay, it's already out. But now what's going to happen with Netflix? Is it just going to be on Netflix? Or are you going to have to, like, go old school pay-per-views like you did $60?
So
no,
what is
so
going to
pay-per-views are
happen-
still going to be on Peacock, right?
Yes, the
Oh, is that
pay-per-views
right?
will stay on
Yeah.
Peacock.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Just Raw,
Just Raw.
and the WWE Network will be on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Oh, because USA is getting SmackDown.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're gonna.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
USA
They're
is getting
still
SmackDown.
NBC.
Yeah.
They're going to keep that.
Yeah.
I
So
still don't like it. It's on Netflix though.
Peacock will still have the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Netflix will have Raw and the WWE
historical
right,
library.
the historical library, right? So like they're dividing it up into sections almost,
Right.
And Netflix gets that 1 or 2 sections of it.
Got it.
I think the main details are yet to come, right? But I think
Yeah.
we've gathered that's what it is, right?
Yeah. From what I've seen reported, it's the pay-per-views will stay on Peacock. And this is all assuming, I mean, we kind of joked about it earlier,
Yeah.
but this is all assuming that these guys don't cut ties. Like Slim Jim's already cut ties with WWE for the
Right.
time being.
Yep.
Like we're waiting to find out what the fallout from this Vince McMahon thing's actually going to be.
Dude,
Just he's the piece of shit we all knew he was.
Right.
I mean, I think we all agreed that was the case, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all agreed before anything came out.
Dennis says he'll be done with Raw.
He's a fucking scumbag.
No, Dennis or Dennis for being done with Raw or Vince McMahon?
And how can you be done with Raw?
No,
what does he mean? He'll be done with Raw?
There's a lot of people
because
who
it's
are
going to be on Netflix.
Yeah.
He's not gonna subscribe to Netflix to
Well,
watch
then
Raw.
you're going to be done with Raw then.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'll say is.
Yeah.
I think you hit it on the head. Like you don't agree with it. And that's why I don't agree with it. Now I have Netflix,
So do
I don't
I.
give
Yeah,
a shit,
so do
right?
I.
But for the people who don't, you're just making them subscribe to something else that they don't have to watch what they want to watch.
And you can't share passwords
It's
anymore.
kind of shitty
You can.
to do that to people.
You can.
The cost
can.
of it too.
Okay,
though.
so
How do you-
what's the cheapest Netflix plan you can get right now?
I have no idea.
I think it's at least $10.99.
No,
$6 or
it's at
$7.99.
least $10.99. Oh, it is
Yeah.
that low
Yeah.
still.
I have the $15.99 one, and
Same.
Listen,
Lady friend, what Netflix package do we have?
so I
have the ad based one. It's either $6.99 or $7.99.
so I'm
know
not
which one.
I'm not
Okay.
going to go in depth on this. I don't want to get in trouble.
I don't.
Nobody really of importance.
I really don't
listens
use
to this.
Netflix. Lady
So,
friend does.
You technically you can share your password, right?
Right.
I have logged
very
in
iffy.
at different places. One, my place of work, I've logged into my TV and logged it in as I was traveling.
Okay.
Same at my mother's house where I, not her, where I watch Netflix. I have logged in at my mother's house as traveling.
Yeah.
You can do that. Now, I don't know how it works where they catch you sharing and not sharing, whether you're logged in at two different places or not. I'm not really sure. But I haven't had a problem watching it at any one of those three places since I've logged in after they cut down on it. I can watch it all three of those places without any issues.
I had my brothers logged in at my house, and we used to simultaneously stream it, and there was never any issue.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a new subscriber to our channel. That's My Sports. Hey, thanks. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's My Sport.
What's up,
Thanks.
man.
Cool.
Appreciate you.
Glad to have you.
We'll follow back.
Absolutely. For me, it's not going to make a huge difference because what I'm generally using Netflix, it's rarely because Lady Friend uses it.
Right.
Like,
Lady Friend says she thinks it's $6.99 with ads.
Okay.
She said we have the one without ads. They now have an option with ads, if I am not mistaken, for cheap, but fuck ads. And I'll be honest with you, Lady Friend,
Same.
I agree. Fuck ads.
There's a lot of ads.
Same.
Lot of fucking
Which is why
ads.
most
So
of my
it's probably
streaming networks,
$10.99 without ads. Bare minimum.
the cheapest, right?
Yeah.
I think every streaming network I do without ads because I fucking hate ads.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I
ads suck.
stream.
Yes, for sure.
My mother will be over at my house and she'll be watching regular YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Now, most everything on YouTube TV, unless it's sports, I'm watching recorded.
Yeah.
Right? So she'll be watching a show live and the ad will come on and her and my daughter will start talking about it and she'll say something about, oh, you've never seen this commercial before? And I'm like, no.
I haven't watched a commercial
I
since
go-
Nom.
I haven't, right. I mean, that's borderline.
Excellent.
That's borderline what it is. I haven't watched a commercial since like the Gulf War. Like I don't watch those. So no. Most of my shit is recorded. I fast forward through it. Or it's on a streaming network without ads.
I'm trying to keep things as cheap as possible right now, so I got ads on everything, and it is
And
for sure,
fucking
yeah.
miserable.
And I get it, and I've been there, right? But when you get out of that situation, you're absolutely going to
yeah.
go back to no ads.
Zero argument
1,000%.
there.
And speaking on that, we need to talk after the show. We need to get you in.
You know what we're waiting on.
I know. You just missed a day shift.
I know.
All right. I'm just throwing it out there.
I know.
What?
Yeah, he just missed a day shift. Because
Why?
they hired a person for it.
Because I used
No.
I know.
I used to smoke drugs, and I have to clean out.
Frank.
Canadian reefer.
Oh, it's a Canadian kind.
Okay, I wasn't going there, bro. I was just saying.
Canadian.
He
Canadian
said why.
grass.
No, he
I
said
thought-
why.
He said, somebody said Canadian.
He said why did they hire somebody to take the position?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was saying why hadn't I gotten in there yet? I was like,
And that.
I thought this was known information.
Yeah, we had talked about this, but he might have forgot. Again, Eric's memory's not really great. He remembered calling you out, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, you only
that was
remember
honestly
things to fuck
impressive.
with me.
I love the fact that you just offered that information
Most
up.
of the time,
You're like, dude,
Basically, anybody who knows me
call
knows
that.
that I'm supportive of it.
I know.
For Smoking the reefer.
Smoke.
Yeah.
All day, every
Yeah,
day.
for the drugs thing, it's
Littering and
it's just the legal one.
The
Littering
snowsberries
and-
taste like snowsberries.
littering and
Smoking the reefer.
smoking the reefer.
You're just sitting there licking the window.
Candy bars. Oh, I love that movie. I fucking love that movie. I really do. It's so funny. But back to this WWE shit that we were
Yeah.
talking about. The Netflix stuff I'm not a huge fan of because, like you said, it makes people subscribe to something that they don't want to subscribe to. Just like the NFL playoff game this year that you had to subscribe to Peacock to fucking watch.
Just like you're gonna have to do with local sports coming
Like
up.
it's coming. It's all with
Yeah, it
Amazon
is.
Prime,
Sadly, it is.
which I already have Amazon Prime.
But
a lot of people
again,
have Amazon.
Same,
yes, but
but still, even though I have it, I feel for the people who don't. Because Amazon Prime isn't cheap.
no, it's not cheap.
Amazon Prime is one of the most expensive ones there is.
There are a lot of perks.
I
with
will
it,
say
though.
this, especially with
There are.
with the Bally stuff. Like the only thing it's on cable wise, I think, is like Xfinity.
right.
Yeah.
Like so, you're gonna have to get the app anyways,
Right.
Which is $20 a month.
The Bally's app, yeah.
Yes.
Which works out to close to what you would pay with Amazon. Amazon's more expensive, but still.
Right, but with
Amazon's only $15.99.
with all of it,
Yeah,
with all of it,
Oh.
you get the Amazon
okay.
Prime. It's
What-
like $15.99.
I
But
pay
you know,
for-
but
I-
you know that's going up.
I pay
Oh,
for,
yeah, for
I pay
sure.
for the year.
Oh,
so
we're
I just know what it
comparing
is.
just
No,
Bally's?
it's less than $20 a month.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I know
but
what it
you
is.
know
in
that's
time.
going up
Right.
Are we comparing just Bally's?
to Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's where Bally's is going, is Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Is
What
the
do
local
you
sports.
get on Bally's? Pistons,
Yeah.
Red Wings.
Yep.
What else?
Tigers.
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 You do get Tigers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's
And you
all
get
going to go
some
to
soccer
that's all going to go
matches.
to Amazon Prime.
Yeah. That's all going
Like
to Amazon.
as Prime, or it's another paid app?
No,
There's
it-
going to be
through-
another paid section
Really?
for Bally's. Yeah.
But there's the
You're going to pay per team. So if you want to watch just the Wings, the Tigers,
is that what's going to
Really?
from what I read,
Yeah.
you can buy the Wings package, you can buy the
See, that's
Tigers
gonna
package,
turn so
but
many
you
people
don't
off.
have to get.
Yeah.
It
So that's
really
where
is.
everything's going though.
But I love it because you can
But
all
you-
like I'll be able to get
but
the
like he's
Marlins
talking
on
about it.
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
okay.
It's, if
Like,
it's pay
I'll
per
get everything.
what season you
Yeah.
want to watch, if you want to watch the hockey season, the baseball,
Right. I mean, for me,
Like,
it's easy. I'm just going to get it for the Tigers, but
Right.
I know a lot of people want to watch all of it.
Well, for
yeah, but like, why wouldn't you get it for the whole subscription for the whole
Exactly.
year? Like, why is it like a based on who's playing thing?
But I feel like that'll be an option.
That's
that You
weird.
can do it for
Yeah, that'll
for
probably
all
be
of
an
them.
option.
I'm sure there'll
It'll-
be an option for that.
I just feel like that's weird to even offer those options.
And that's
Or
why
so
even
I bring up those
But I think
options
they're
like
offering
that.
those for the people who don't want to subscribe to more fucking shit, right? The cheaper, if they are only interested in the Tigers, they don't want to get the Red Wings and the fucking Pistons. Like me, I don't want the fucking Pistons. I don't give a shit.
Right.
So,
Same.
so
Like
and-
I'd rather pay $100 for the Wings season, $100 for the Tigers season, and if all three were $250, I would rather save myself the $50 and just not have the
bingo,
Pistons.
yes.
bingo,
No, I'm with you, I'm with
same,
you, absolutely.
yeah. Because in this day and age, like we're already paying enough for everything
Right.
else. Like,
Yeah.
give us some options to dumb down our prices a little bit.
And this is
Like,
why I
yeah.
wish like the Sunday Ticket when they went to your YouTube or
Yeah.
Google, dude, give me an option to just watch my team.
Right.
Like I want to watch the Bills. That's it.
Let me pay $100 a season just to watch all my team's
yeah.
games.
Like I want
Period.
to watch the Bills in Red Zone. That's
That
all I
would be a
want.
great
Four
option.
fucking teams.
Great
I have to pay
option.
for the whole package anyway.
Well, see, instead of three,
Yes, you do.
Fair enough.
Yes, you do.
that's true.
That is true.
It's true.
I only said it because it was funny and it was true.
It's true. But like that's why I do the Red Zone. Like the Red Zone channel is not that much more expensive.
No.
It comes with a subscription already, like a sports subscription already, and it gives me everything I want to fucking see anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Because other than wanting to watch the Browns games,
Yeah.
I can watch the Red Zone and see all the Browns scores along with every other fucking score and be happy as shit.
But that's why I wish I was able to have like just my team so I can actually see how they got to this, like how they're actually playing. You
Right.
know? And it's like then I be able to, break down a game and be like, all right, so this wasn't great, but this was good, etc. But yeah, it's cool seeing them just score. But I want to see how
You want to be full on me now, don't you?
No, I
like
don't,
full on
no.
analyzing games like play by play.
But without
and,
the boring stats.
well, that
Cut out the bullshit.
Seriously, you keep asking for Stat Girl. We got Stat Boy right here.
well, fuck you guys.
Glad we understand.
We're just saying you know a lot of useless stats.
Well, the world needs dick
That's
figures.
right. But like Frankie just brought up the Raiders. Are you happy with the hire?
Dude, I love the hire. I was on board with AP the entire time.
Okay.
Are we exiting wrestling talk?
No, I wanted
gonna
to
go back?
because he brought up the Raiders. I wanted to get his thoughts on them hiring.
So wait, you guys talk about that. Can I go to the bathroom now?
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want, man.
I will come back for wrestling talk. Don't get into it until I come back.
Okay, we'll talk about
I have
Antonio
nothing
Pierce.
to contribbe, so.
Okay.
You want to go to the bathroom with him?
That's
No,
why
I
we.
already did that.
That's why we started it while you went away.
I'm not going to help him, too.
Say you're not going to shake.
Do it yourself.
So the AP hire.
Yeah.
First, everybody was like the whole team was on board with it.
Oh, yeah.
People were threatening to leave.
Oh yeah,
Josh
I saw
Jacobs
Max
wasn't.
Crosby was like,
Yeah, he
I'm
was
out.
He didn't straight up say he was out, but he said like I'm going to explore other options
Hmm?
if he's not the coach.
That's a dangerous precedent, though.
All of the reasons.
It is.
It's a very That's a very slippery slope.
But
Look
for
at all
somebody,
of the bad stuff he had going against him, though, too.
You went Antonio Pierce?
Yeah, reputation from past years. They're like, how can they hire this guy to do this when they blackballed this person for doing those same things? Because he was with Plaxico in the club when he shot his fucking
yeah.
self. Oh, yeah.
I
Nobody
totally
thought
forgot
about all
about
the
that. I did, too.
bullshit that guy did freaking during his playing career.
Yeah.
but
He's not no model citizen either.
Oh, I'm not-
And nobody said a peep about it. And it's like, dude,
But
this
that's
guy
the
was at the
thing.
wrong place at the wrong time a lot of times.
he's a Raider though. That's the type of shit you can get away with.
He was
with
a
the
New York
Raiders.
Giant then.
Right, but I'm
he's-
saying
but
now
that's
the Raiders
That's
will
where
look
he
past
is
that
now,
shit.
that's
but
an L.
dude-
That's an L Davis guy.
Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
That's an Al Davis guy.
100%.
or Mark Davis. guy
But
at this
you know
point.
what I mean. It's like
Davis
that's
boy.
the guy Al Davis would fucking love.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Mark Davis, hopefully, for your sake anyway, is kind of going to back to when Al Davis was successful as a fucking owner.
Like staying out of it.
Like staying out of it. Like, okay, this is going to happen.
You hired somebody to do that job, let him do the job.
And this is the type of hiring that I look at and go, okay, even if this goes south and this shows that it doesn't work,
No.
I don't have a problem saying it's not going to work, but I'm not going to get pissed. Why'd they hire this guy?
No,
they should
I-
never hire this guy.
I think that,
I-
I think
this
this is the right
is
call.
the guy they
I think
should
this,
hire.
I think this
agree
is the
with
right
you.
call.
Yeah.
I think this is a dude that gets it, that knows the Raider mentality. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I'm cool with it.
And you got the response out of the play.
And you got the response
And
out
you
of the
got
players.
play-
Like,
yeah,
that,
got
that's.
it.
But again, that's a slippery slope.
It
really
is. You're
When
setting a
kinda letting
precedent
the, yeah,
that
you're letting the
the
players
inmates
decide.
run the asylum.
Right.
Like,
What's up, guys?
we're talking about the
The inmates
Raiders.
running the asylum. Go figure. Look who's back.
Are we talking about work?
No, we're talking about the Raiders
Okay.
and players threatening. I don't know if you even knew about that. Max Crosby threatened to leave the team if they didn't hire AP.
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, he didn't straight up threaten it, but he insinuated that
Borderline,
He would,
yeah.
if they didn't hire him, he was looking for.
No,
a trade.
I'm cool. I'm cool with the hire. I think it.
I think you got a team guy. I think you got a guy who the players relate to, a guy who knows the sport of football, a guy who knows defense. And again, if this thing goes south, then it goes south. But
He's
I
a
think,
player. He's a player's coach.
right?
Yeah.
I think you've got a situation here that is similar to a Dan Campbell type hire. You got a guy who knows what's going on in that locker room.
Yeah, and now so what? You got two head coaching vacancies left. You got the Seahawks and
Washington.
Redskins.
And from my
They're
understanding,
both waiting. They're both waiting.
My understanding is Washington just has to wait for Detroit to be eliminated.
Yep. They're both waiting for Ben Johnson,
So,
in my opinion.
Yeah, everything that
I
I,
was like,
read.
which
there-
one? Which one is it?
Everything I read.
I know
he's
they
going to
both
Washington.
interviewed, so I want to know which one. I want you.
I did read an
Frank, I
article.
want your boy to be gone.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Regardless
praying
of
that
how the
one of them
defense
hires
is turning
Aaron Glenn.
around, I still
You
want
want Aaron
Aaron
Glenn
Glenn
gone?
gone. I still want him gone.
I'm
I don't
hoping
think you're
one
the
of
only one.
No, you're definitely not.
Oh, I know I'm not.
Like, I'm really hoping that Aaron Glenn's one of those hirings because it's the only way that we're getting rid of him.
And I'm hoping nobody wants to pay Ben Johnson.
Oh, they are.
I figure they are.
So I haven't
but
read
I
much.
thought that was great that he named the price right
Yeah.
at the beginning. I was like, I want at least 15 or fuck you.
I haven't read much, but I have read from everything I have read, from what I have seen, he is basically the Redskins' next coach.
Yeah, That's what I've seen.
That's his job to have.
I hope he gets paid.
Oh, he will.
God, and that's the thing. You look at
He will.
a franchise that
How can you hate on
is that
somebody
one
for
you want to
getting
go
paid?
to
You can't.
right now.
You've got pieces there.
Yeah, that's not a.
Not
I mean,
many,
now
but a couple.
you do have new ownership, which is good.
Yeah.
That's
We have competent ownership.
a
We think.
yeah.
that's a big plus is not having Schneider there,
Yes.
right?
You have magic money.
I think you have learning ownership there,
True, but you don't have
which
incompetent.
is a good thing. I
yeah,
think.
you don't have
Which
incompetent.
is a really
ownership.
good thing because you have a lot of those guys in ownership that haven't been involved in the NFL
Right.
at all.
So they're willing to
David Tepper. David
You're,
Tepper.
they're like an open book.
Well,
they're
they're-
just kind of receiving. More
they're
than
willing to
anything
make-
else. They're trying to figure out
Yeah.
how does this work.
yeah, they're willing to make
And
the
they're
hire.
Kind of will mold that because they've come from other industries that have done this already.
Yeah. Well, and they're willing to make the hire, to your point, and just kind of let you do your thing.
Right.
Right. We're learning. We're hiring you. We trust you. We're hiring you. You do you.
We just want
We
to
don't
kinda
know this.
watch and
Right.
see
So,
what
like-
you're doing and why you're doing it.
Unlike
we want to kind of
Jared
understand what's
Jones.
going on.
I'm like George Jones.
Jared Jones.
In my understanding, Arthur Blank is now going to be a Jerry Jones type owner.
Yep.
It looks that way now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he is.
Poor Raheem Morris.
Yeah, because now they got to report to him instead of
Yeah.
the CEO.
Poor
Yeah, I saw
Raheem
that.
Morris. Oh man.
That's another hire. I'm like, that's
What a
that's who
mess.
you fucking hired?
I had AG.
I,
going.
Really?
I didn't like it.
Even when you were saying Belichick was going there, I had AG slated in to go there. I thought that was a
Raheem
lot.
fucking Morris is the best you could do.
And he used to be their interim coach, and they didn't hire him after that.
Yeah.
That's what kills me. It's like, dude.
This
you
is why
had it.
bad organizations stay bad
Yeah.
because they do shit like this.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I don't. If you didn't hire him after the interim thing, but now you want to, what all of a sudden made him better now than then?
We got to think about the coach too. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but what kind of bitch do you want to look like? Because you got given the job, and then they told you, no, you're not good enough.
Right.
And then you're going to take
then you went
it.
back.
You're going to come around again and take it.
Now I
That
understand.
Unless you're going there
Sorry.
just to sabotage.
Sorry.
Now
Bend over and show us the loot,
Right.
bro.
But again with these jobs,
He's not wrong.
I can't tell you're wrong.
no,
It's just it's sad that's
is.
how that turns around.
like I said, but with these jobs, because there's only so many of them,
Yeah.
you almost kind of have to do that,
I
and
get
it
it.
sucks.
I do get it. But to get
Use your words.
completely shit on, and then you'd be like, hey, do you want some more?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
so they
fuck
totally
you.
Vince McMahon him,
Yeah!
and then he goes, "You know what?
Exactly.
Give me,
That's
give me
I
exactly-
Joe's
guess,
number two."
I guess you have a
You know,
like
like-
a bullshit tolerance. How
Like
much
if
you're
it's
willing
another
to take.
team, like, okay, I'll take my chance again.
Right.
But it's the same one.
It's the same team, and it's a different circumstance now. You have to report directly to the owner now, and not
Well,
the CEO.
So you hit it on the head,
See,
right?
and
That's why certain organizations are fundamentally just inept, right?
This is why bad
Yeah.
organizations
I-
stay bad.
And I want to say this
Yeah.
because I came across this the other day in my reemergence on some social media stuff, and just,
Ooh,
like
Joe Stat time.
no, it's no stat, no stat,
No stat.
no stat, but just I think it says what we've all kind of said in our own words, and the Panthers, the Panthers,
What?
the Carolina Panthers,
Panthers?
are a
Shit show.
fundamentally bad football team and organization from the very top to the
Yes.
bottom. Horrible, right?
Absolutely, yes.
If C.J. Stroud were drafted there
Yeah.
on that team, he would not have had close to the year that he had on Houston. And I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with that.
I do too.
Because
do.
that's why I'm always hesitant to say that
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. Sorry,
Yeah.
I almost
I
said
knew where you're going.
I almost said Vince Young. And I was
Okay.
like, no, it's not it.
It's not that bad.
That's not. It's not that young.
At that time,
not
it was
that
probably
bad,
the same
Right.
situation.
But like that's why I'm hesitant to say that he just has failed himself. Right now, did he look good? No,
No.
and we all admit that. But like,
Not even a little.
can you sit here and say C.J. Stroud on that team is the C.J. Stroud you got this year? No,
I think he would have
No.
been better than Bryce Young.
Yes.
maybe slightly.
100% agree.
But I
with
don't
that.
think you get what you got this year, and
No,
that's why I think a lot of
you'd
times.
visually see the difference.
I
Maybe.
look at Bryce Young, I don't see an NFL quarterback.
Well, you
I
never
don't.
really did,
don't.
and
CJ Stroud
Like, and I'll
has,
stick to
has the
that.
developed
I don't-
mind for it.
Like the same thing
Bryce
with Tua.
Young's
How I
not
always felt
there
about
yet.
Tua. Like I don't think he's ever going to be a superstar quarterback. I don't. He's good. He's solid.
Yeah.
But he's not a superstar. He's never
And
going to
not
be one.
playing the goal.
He doesn't have the arm strength to be a superstar quarterback. He just doesn't.
But it's like
And you saw that this year.
But you also see where certain quarterbacks go somewhere where you think you're like, all right, this guy's a good quarterback, and he goes somewhere and you're like, God damn, like that was fucking awful. But a lot of it does come down to where you go from college.
And
It's
I don't disagree
chemistry.
with
Like
that.
it really does.
Chemistry with the players.
If you go
you're
to a
playing
shit
with.
organization that doesn't give you the right tools to succeed and doesn't
Right.
give you the right coaching to succeed,
that too.
like you,
I know.
you will fail.
I look at Bryce Young,
There's so many things.
and I look at him, and I look at a guy that, to me, it looks like he has trouble reading a defense.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
And this is why I don't think he's going to be a successful quarterback.
Yeah,
Because if you have to like dumb down the playbook for the quarterback, rookie year or not,
right.
like chances
think-
are it's not going to get better.
Well, I think every rookie has a dumbed down playbook, but you're right. Like they had to dumb it down more for him,
Yeah.
and it was. So again, is that because he didn't develop enough from like? I feel like Houston.
Right.
Stroud is a better quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like Houston with D'Amico Ryans and the coaching staff they had there, like they developed him. They helped him along. They put him in positions to succeed. They did everything they could for him, and then he succeeded, right? And he did everything he could. Like at a certain point, it's both. It's not just one. It's not just the other. Like you got to have both, right? I mean, some organizations are just set up to fail.
They are.
That's true, but
4 years.
but some quarterbacks are right. But some quarterbacks are just you look at them and you're like, I don't see it.
Right.
And that's when I look at him, I don't see it.
And I tend to agree with you. I was just kind of making a point about
No, I see what you're saying.
bad organizations developing bad players and just being bad.
If he's
and
in another organization, though, I think he's at least a feasible quarterback. I don't think he's a good one.
Right.
But I think you could get by with a mediocre team with him. He's
I
not
think-
as bad as he is there.
I think there's a path that could have happened somewhere else in the universe that could have led you to believe, all right, he's got some tools, he's got some ability, maybe. I don't know, maybe.
Say Herbert's
But, like-
not there and Bryce Young's playing in Los Angeles.
Right.
I think you look at him and go, okay, he's a mediocre quarterback. I don't think you say he's a bad quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
But
it's
as
just-
we always talk about,
agree with
where you
that.
get drafted, should it matter?
right.
Maybe not, but it does.
But it does.
It fucking matters.
It absolutely does.
You get drafted that high and you're a mediocre quarterback, you're a fucking bust.
Well, look
You're a
at
bust.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
We've talked about Justin Fields ad nauseum for years.
We have, and that's such a. I don't even know how to describe that.
To me, that's organizational malfeasance.
Yeah.
For malfeasance's sake.
A dookie.
Listen,
right?
I think I
up on
said
it.
that word pretty fucking great.
No, from
Malfeasance's.
from what Dwight said it.
Yeah, I know,
from
I know.
malfeasance's
I know.
sake.
But it is.
I
And
was
it-
surprised I actually said it as clear as I did.
And it took me a couple years to get to that point. But the guy's got talent. He's just in an organization that has no idea what to do with
Oh,
him.
Justin Fields?
Yes.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
have talent. You saw flashes of it this year. And we've said this, ad nauseum. You give the dude the right tools and actually use him properly, he's gonna be a good quarter. You can see he has
dangerous with
it.
somebody.
He has
Yeah.
it.
He has it.
But you set him up to fail.
You
all
set
the
him up to
time.
fail.
Mm-hmm.
And with Bryce Young, I see him. I'm like, he doesn't have it.
So I see Justin Fields like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson got drafted to the perfect fucking organization.
Yeah.
Because they used him properly. They
Yeah.
developed him. They do everything they can for him to. They changed their entire playbook to suit his abilities for him to succeed, and for him to succeed meant the team succeeds.
And that's
right?
what good organizations and coaches do.
But Chicago has done. You drafted a running quarterback that is like Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
But you've done nothing to change your playbook and change your thought process to help him succeed, which means the organization is succeeding.
Not literally, but you're running the same offense you ran with Jay Cutler.
Which Jay Cutler was a statue.
Right.
Very much so, yes.
But that's why I say not literally the same offense, but you're running the same type of offense you've ran for 2 decades now.
And again,
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna say,
an
that was 10 years
organizational
plus ago.
Yeah. it's organizational malfeasances.
malfeasance.
Sounds like feces.
Malfeasance. Organizational malfeasance.
Sorry, not sorry.
I think we're going to see a brawl in this Penguins.
I was
Panthers
gonna
game.
say-
This game has been chippy as fuck
Yes,
this
it has.
entire game. I love it. I want to see a brawl. Let's go.
something better than that fucking
Put him out.
Costin fight and what's his name from last night? Did you watch that one?
I haven't seen it. No, I
Oh
didn't
my
see
God,
Was
it
it
was
a bad
terrible.
fight? Was it terrible? Yeah. Whatever.
Do you guys want to enter back into some wrestling talk? Real quick?
Yes, let's do that. Sorry,
We got the-
again. We're off the rails.
Was it-
Off the rails Friday.
Very.
It's Friday. We're talking about whatever.
It's just fun.
This is
man.
almost like an NFL draft show.
Yeah.
We're just
Borderline.
going, man.
We got all four of us here.
But we got the Rumble coming up
Yep.
tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to that, guys. The Rumble for me is top 2
It's
shows.
my number one.
It's
Is it
so
really?
Yeah.
so recently it's become that for me, only because WrestleMania for me has lost its luster. We talked about this.
about that.
Once they went to 2 nights, it killed it.
Bingo.
Literally what
Killed
we
it.
discussed.
Killed it.
It completely crushed WrestleMania
It does
for me.
because you do one night, and it's like almost like the B card.
Well, so
You know?
the one night we had it at my house the one year, and I used to go over and I used to hang out with Dennis. And,
Yeah,
and,
they go to 1 in the morning.
Yeah,
It did.
But it did. But we were cool
one
with that.
year-
It was
Yeah.
one night. We all got together.
The
You
one
got-
year we watched it together, it was like 8 hours long.
It was crazy how long it
But
was.
again, you can still get together with your friends,
Yep.
your
Joe's
buddies.
cat was trying to kill me. It was
It's-
oh my
yeah,
god.
my cat loved you, and you were allergic to shit. So, my
yeah.
It was brutal.
you thought I was waterboarding my daughter while I was giving her a bath because she hated getting her hair wet.
Yeah.
So like it was.
Yep. it was a whole thing that night.
But like so, but you get together with your friends. It's one night. You get together. You have some drinks. You have some good food. You talk. You chat. It's fun. With WrestleMania being 2 nights, it ruins
kills
part
it.
of the luster.
It
of
kills
it.
the momentum of it.
Yes.
It really does. It kills it.
So for me, I would agree. Like I think right now it probably is number 1 for me. The Rumble is one of the older pay-per-views.
Whoa.
What?
Vince McMahon has resigned.
Yes.
Wow.
I guarantee they pressured him into that.
Oh, they had. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
They're like, listen, motherfucker.
Like, dude.
Pocketbook like this, a pocketbook like this.
Like, we're losing sponsors left and right.
I'll take that one.
You need
Yeah.
to go.
They're like, listen, we'll give you this.
Yeah.
You go now.
He said, I stand by my prior statement that Ms. Grant's lawsuit is repellent with lies, obscene, made-up instances that never occurred. This is a vindictive distortion of the truth. McMahon said in a statement, I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations
Sounds like Donald Trump.
and look forward to clearing my name. However,
It does.
out of respect for the WWE universe and the extraordinary TKO business and its board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, and all of the employees and superstars who helped make WWE into the global leader it is today, I have decided to resign from my executive chairmanship.
I think that was the board saying, dude, you got to go.
Yeah. That was
See this
everybody.
plate full of wieners? You have to insert them down throat now.
That was
Your end is now.
that was everybody
Sorry, not sorry.
getting together in a room.
Yeah.
That was everybody getting together in the room and going,
No.
yeah, dude,
You gotta
this
go.
has got to happen. Like, let's figure this out, but you're gone. Like, we
Yeah.
gotta figure this out. You're gone.
Once Slim Jim dropped out, you knew it had to. Because Chris and I have been talking about it the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Peacock was rumored to be pulling them, and then Netflix was rumored to be bailing on them. And you can't have that happen after
No.
you just
No.
announced a 10-year
No.
deal.
10-year, what, $5 billion
$5
deal?
billion.
$5 billion deal.
Yeah.
You cannot have that go off. Like, you cannot.
By the way, a few
That's
people have sent me this stat. Netflix is $14 billion in debt, and then they go out and spend another $5 billion on wrestling.
Yeah, no wonder why. Fucking,
Okay, but you know why?
Sorry, that's
Now, again, still probably bad business,
Really?
but they
Right.
know that's the one thing they can get on their network that will get brand new subscribers.
That's true. That is
Because-
very true.
that's very true.
No matter whether you get a new movie, a new show, the people you already have subscribing to you know that's what you're going to do.
right.
How do you get new subscribers? You go after
content.
You go after an entity
Yep.
that you don't have anything on your network for. The wrestling
Just
crowd.
like Amazon.
Period. Yeah.
It's like Amazon
Absolutely.
did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like once these streaming services start getting into like live sports, which Amazon did obviously, and Netflix is doing, and
Yep.
I'm sure we'll have other ones that do it. Hulu's probably going to do it. I mean, they technically have live.
They technically
sports,
have live sports,
but,
yeah, but
yeah, that's the way everything is trending. So you're gonna have to have a subscription for fucking everything
yeah.
at this point.
And at this point, I think we all do. right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, I
that's
have
for the
everything
most
I want.
part. That's where we've gone. And actually, I am happy with what I pay right now, as opposed to paying just for Comcast cable.
Yeah.
And getting none of the other stuff I would get. I pay what I used to pay with them, but I have such a broader range of library of shit to watch.
I'm excited now with Bally's situation going to Amazon because now I can completely cut the cord on cable. Everything I want, with literally the exception of MTV, which I watch the challenge on. Outside of that one show,
Do you have Paramount Plus?
I do not.
I love Paramount Plus.
Share my password. You can watch all this because
It's not on there. They don't do live on there.
but you can watch it on the replay.
No replays.
Really?
Current seasons aren't on there.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Really?
It's like the only show they don't do it with.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, otherwise I'd have been stoked about it. But
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you could even borrow my password too for that matter.
Shit,
I
right?
fucking love Paramount
yeah, and
Plus.
they don't have a password ban. So
Yeah, exactly.
They do not.
Oh,
They do not.
wow.
But yeah, that's big news.
That is big news.
That's big news. With the Rumble
Kind
Cup,
of surprising. I'm not gonna say it's kind of surprising.
With his ego, yes, it's surprising.
That's why it's surprising to me. I thought for sure he'd be like, "I'm not fucking going anywhere."
Yeah.
But to
Especially
me,
when he's arguing that this isn't going
right?
on.
That to me, this is kind of like, dude, there's
There's
they say
something
there's-
to it.
there's fire there.
but not to
somewhere.
mention. Okay,
Did
so,
you read the text?
Oh yeah.
So clearly
Holy fuck.
there's something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the texts are bad.
But you put all the guys that are involved in that board.
yep.
Okay, they just got The Rock. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I know you're super excited about that, but you're like,
No,
But
you know
like-
what? I haven't seen. He hasn't done like any movies lately and shit like that.
But like,
I'm okay with it.
For me, that was a smart move for them. But they've got
It
Dana,
was.
they got Dana White, they've got The Rock. But you look at everybody that's on those boards, right? They all collectively do have power when it comes to things like that, and in that industry, in
Right.
that business, I guarantee there was a meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And they all went
Oh,
into that meeting
100%.
and just went, bro, you're leaving here. You're walking off into the sunset, and we're going to make that happen.
Yep.
Let's figure out how it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
Period. So we're going to talk about
like-
it. It's happening.
Like we had talked about
go
like,
rot,
how
bro.
his contract was ironclad. I'm like, there's no such thing as an ironclad contract. There's not.
Now listen, I guarantee he got some bank,
Oh, he absolutely got money for like he got paid off. for sure.
but
Yeah.
but it was
It's a one-time.
it's a one-time thing, and it's
Yeah.
like it was them going, listen, you are leaving here without being a part of this anymore. So it's happening. We're going to figure out how it's going to happen. We're doing this.
Jeremy says he's going to prison. Share a cell with JBL, who's going to be the bitch.
Like, in all honesty, after reading this shit, he should go to prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If even like a third of this is true.
Like I haven't
Yeah,
heard it.
100%,
I don't
100%,
know.
dude.
I haven't heard, or I'll have to look into it. A
Like,
little bit.
she's filed a lawsuit, and I think she's filed a lawsuit because and Chris can vouch for this, if you read the text messages, she was a willing participant in some of it.
Right.
So I don't know that she had enough to press charges, but there's definitely shit on there that
It's not.
Wow.
It's not great. Not great.
it's one of those things that if you're interested, I'm not going to tell you don't look, but if you find that stuff disgusting like most people do, don't read it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not great.
Well, let's bank off of that disgusting stuff.
Go back to the
and
Rumble.
go back to the Rumble,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Convenient timing of it.
Right. I
Okay,
can just
yeah,
have,
of course
middle
it
of
comes
us
out
talking
late.
WrestleMania.
just happen to break out. But I mean, we give that to the audience, right? It's breaking news, right?
Yes.
Dennis said, sure, he's still getting paid something, just no longer part of decisions. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
they basically paid him to leave. Really, is what
Yeah.
it comes down to. I bet is like
And he
we're gonna,
still probably owns the 30% or whatever.
he
that
might have some
used to own.
stock still, but he's not going to make any decisions. He's not going to be on the board. Like, there's nothing. You're not a part of this anymore. You own some stock, and we gave you some money to walk away.
Yep. And I wouldn't
but-
be surprised if he flipped that stock and just completely got away from all of it and just
Yeah.
died a rich man.
At this
Which
point,
actually, looking
smart
at him,
move.
it looks like he's
borderline.
trending in that direction
Yeah.
as it is. So
He,
And
he looks like he's trying to be a Spanish soap opera star.
yeah, it's weird. That weird
that
mustache.
weird mustache
That's
he's got
weird,
going
man.
on.
we told him this earlier.
Telemundo?
I don't know if you knew this or not. All the accusations are old man Vince. It's not Vince from before. It was Vince like
It's
the
like 2
last
years ago.
5 years.
Like 2 years ago, this
Yeah.
shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's even more disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weirder. I don't know how or why, but it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently Brock
Older.
Lesnar has a pee fetish.
Yes.
I did hear that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Okay.
weird one.
That is a weird one.
That's a plot twist.
So weird.
Yeah,
Plot twist.
that's a some R. Kelly vibes going on.
All right.
Now, I would not make
Do
fun
better.
of him to his face.
That's one of the funniest Chappelle sketches fucking ever, dude. It really is.
Side note on
Doo-doo butter.
Chappelle. Did you watch his new stand-up?
I have not. I heard it was really
I heard
bad,
it was
though.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
haven't heard
very
anything
disappointed in it. Like,
I-
some of the stuff was funny, don't get me wrong, but he basically just makes fun of all the old stuff that people had a problem with. He doesn't make any new jokes.
Got it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard it was not good.
All right.
But at the same time, why would you? Everybody complained. Everybody reacted to those jokes back
Yep,
then.
that's true.
Bring them up again. See what happens. You might not have to make anything new, and you can make money.
That's true.
Well, he probably did make money, but
He
didn't,
probably
it
still
didn't
did
get
make
good
money.
reviews though.
No.
So like, I don't know. Well, 6 and 1, half a dozen in the other, I
Society's
guess.
changed a lot in the last 10 years since.
Well, I
he
mean,
was really
that's the movie
relevant,
business as a
too.
whole. Like, nobody fucking
Yeah,
cares.
that's
Just make a
true.
movie. You'll make money.
Yeah, like Roadhouse.
Like, honestly,
Has anybody seen the Roadhouse trailer?
Stop it.
I
Wait, the new one?
no.
The worst trailer I have ever watched.
What?
Roadhouse.
The
Roadhouse.
New
I haven't seen
Roadhouse.
it. Yeah, though with
Oh my
Jake
God.
No
Gyllenhaal.
Swayze Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Will not contribute anything to that.
Please don't. No. I won't even
That
bother
bad, eh?
watching. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm a movie person. I'll probably watch it.
For a movie that's, I'm not going to say sacred to me, but it is very high
No, same.
in
I agree.
the rankings of my movies.
I agree.
Roadhouse.
Like, they even, Gyllenhaal even plays Dalton. Like, the name's the same,
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's a modern version of a very.
Bent over man.
what?
So what are you trying to say? He's a fairy?
What are you?
No.
Are you throwing back something to Brokeback Mountain or something?
Sorry, not
Is
sorry.
it Brokeback Roadhouse?
No, it's
Back
like
Gyllenhaal.
it's like a modern soft version of what Roadhouse was.
good lord.
Like,
And
there's
then-
a very vague, reminiscent feel of it.
And then you got to like
but
a
it's redone.
And you got a roided out McGregor.
Yes. And very obviously roided out McGregor.
McGregor's in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, he plays the bad guy.
Oh man.
Yeah, like Gyllenhaal's
Maybe
an
I won't-
actual
Super
UFC
shitty.
fighter.
He
Maybe
got
I-
super shitty really fast.
Maybe I won't watch it.
Yeah, don't.
No.
I won't.
No.
I mean, watch the trailer. Make
sounds terrible.
make your own judgment.
I saw
but
I saw a
It sounds
picture of the
terrible.
trailer today. I'm like, nope.
No, it
Absolutely
sounds
not.
terrible.
I saw it and I was like, all right, let's see how bad this is going to be.
I will
because
contribute nothing to this fucking
If
movie.
this is even semi close to the old one, I'll be content. And I watched that trailer and went, God, please, whatever you
God.
have to do to make this movie not come out, just don't
Well,
let it
the
come
funny
out.
thing about the roided out McGregor is if you've seen any of his social media posts in the past year, you would know he was very well roided out.
Oh,
before
yeah.
that. I didn't even know he was in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
But
This is
I've
a-
known he's been roided out because you look at the guy and
he
you're like,
is fucking jacked.
well, but you've seen him. If you've seen him recently in his social media posts, you're like,
all right.
if you see him recently in his social media posts, you're like,
he broke
you're
the
like,
seal, man.
Yeah, it's over.
gotta do it. You're like, okay, you're getting some help here, buddy.
This is the thing. What I don't understand about him. I know he's a name. I get it.
yeah.
But why is he still a thing? Can he even fight anymore?
So I don't know.
He is fighting in July.
Okay, so-
Who is he fighting?
Michael Chandler.
Is he good?
Yeah.
You're the UFC guy.
Yeah.
So Michael Chandler is on the. He's over the hill at this point.
So he's
on
fighting
his
the
way
tomato
down.
can, basically.
He's probably at the same
So-
point that McGregor is at in his career.
So he's
They're
fighting
both
a
on the
guy
way
he
down.
can beat,
Yes, it will be
but
a
not a
good
guy that
fight.
like might actually kick his ass.
Based on it'll be a good fight based on the fact they're both near the end of their careers.
So it's basically a useless fight.
Yes,
This is what I'm saying. Like,
it's
why
a
the
fight
fuck-
because they were both tough coaches.
Yeah.
They were both the Ultimate Fighter
Okay.
coaches.
okay.
And then people have wanted to see this fight for like 10 years.
So it's
Okay,
like when
so-
we got Mayweather Pacquiao.
It would be the equivalent of if we got Undertaker Sting right now.
Oh wow,
Yeah. Then
that's rough.
oh wow.
Well, so like,
Or even 5 years ago, Undertaker Sting.
but like for me, I look at it and I was a fan of him when he was fighting, right? And not necessarily of him as a person. Just I was like, all right, like I like this guy. I'm a fan. Like I watch him fight. I watch him win. But then at a certain point, again, I bring this up about a lot of people, what we talk about, he jumped the shark.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Oh,
And it was like,
big time.
all right.
There was a very
done.
small window where I liked him.
Yeah.
I did not like him at first.
Yeah.
And then he got to a point where I was like, he's at least backing up what he says.
Right.
And I can respect that. But it went from being a good fighter to being a good fighter and a good talker to just being overly cocky.
Right.
Now,
And then it was just a shtick.
like
yeah.
you know my thoughts on him.
Yeah.
I've never liked him.
No.
But I don't like anybody. So
You don't.
I mean, listen, good on you for admitting that.
That's the first step of the problem.
right. I never got the hype around him. I never got it.
That by far, I'm not gonna lie to you. That by far is one of the funniest things you've ever fucking said.
Yes.
Truthfully.
I've just never heard him admit to
I
it.
know, that's
I've
what I'm
always
saying.
thought it. We've
Right.
always joked about
Right.
it.
But that's by far one of the funniest things you've ever said.
I never got the hype around him. I'm like,
No.
okay, he's a fighter. Like,
was-
and now you see like these UFC fighters, they're him.
Yeah.
They're mini hims.
well, because
Not
okay,
mini hims, but
Sean
they're,
O'Malley.
They're,
Sean O'Malley
they're
wants to
carbon
be
copies
him.
of him.
well, because again, like,
works.
like anything else in
It
society,
sells.
right? Like anything else in society,
It sells.
you see what works,
Yeah.
you see what sells, and you mimic it,
Yep.
right? To make money for yourself. They all think that. Now he did it before anybody else did it.
He did.
So he tweaked it, and literally he made millions, if not billions,
Yes.
off of that shtick.
Yep.
Which was uniquely his own, and I give him credit for that. It got old, right?
Oh, yeah.
But now everybody sees what he did to make that money for himself, and they're like, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
It's been done now, dude. You got to do something different.
Yes.
Like you can't just do the same shit. It's boring now, and nobody likes it because they got to the point where they didn't like it from him either.
The one who's taken that character and evolved it now is Sean Strickland.
Now that is the name I know. They just had a fight in Toronto.
Yeah,
right?
they
yes.
him
Yeah.
and to something.
He
I
lost,
can't
didn't he?
remember. Yes, he did lose in
Yeah.
a decision that was very questionable.
Yes.
But he is now he has taken the character that McGregor played
Yeah.
and he has adapted it in his life full time. So even when he's on a newscast, he is just brutally honest, talking all the shit in the world. Like he does an interview for, if he's doing a charity thing, he's just running his mouth about whatever he wants to.
all right.
Now who's the guy that always blames everybody else for his losses?
The rest of the roster.
No, there's a certain guy. Like he's a big Trump guy.
Kobe Covington.
Yeah, that guy. Dude. Like the last.
Yeah,
the
he got his shit pushed in the last time.
That's what I was saying. The
He
last
tried
fight you
to say
had,
he won.
Yeah, the last fight I actually watched that fight because I wanted to see this, and I watched it. And I
No,
was
he
like,
got his shit pushed in.
like,
on that one.
dude, you got fucking destroyed. Mm-hmm. Like, I see why people don't like you. It's not because of the fucking Trump shit.
But it's a character he plays.
And that's exactly what I'm saying about all this shit. It's like they're all the same fucking person.
Because in the big picture with Kobe, a few years ago, him and Jorge Masvidal had a big rivalry.
Yeah.
And Jorge caught him at a bar.
Yeah.
And basically got in his face and said, "Talk the shit that you talk on camera."
And he did.
And he didn't have anything to say.
Yeah,
and
see?
Jorge beat his
Good.
ass at the bar.
Good.
To the point where Kobe pressed charges.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, you're a character. You can't back up what you
So this
talk.
guy's a fraudulent piece of shit.
Yes.
Got it. Which I like.
And he was exposed at
And
that
hearing
point.
him talk, I'm like, yeah, you're not real. You're not real.
But he is close friends with Kid Rock and Donald Trump and Dana at this point and all those guys.
Cool.
So he plays the character well.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
That's the blueprint.
Yes.
right. It is.
That's the
And,
blueprint.
Like you have to be a character. And that's why I wasn't surprised they got in bed with WWE.
Right.
Because
I mean, shit, that
now
makes
you,
sense.
now you have UFC showing them how to make matchups that people want to see, but you have WWE teaching them how to play characters.
Yep.
Now it's the characters you want to see against each other.
Right.
Some
At
are.
the end of the day. At the end of the day,
Yep.
it's all a game.
No, it is.
And
Just wait until the game is ready to be played.
Well, and it's lining up those matchups, right?
Right.
Which is
That's the biggest thing.
And you're seeing stories.
when and where.
There's
It's when
guys
and
starting
where.
to talk shit against each other 2-3 fights before it ever even happens.
right.
Oh shit, he got a 5-year deal. Sean Moore.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's more than I thought.
Okay, then.
Well, then they
You
must
know
be.
what?
They must
Happy
be pretty
for
confident.
'em. Happy for them.
Well, they must be pretty confident in their decision then.
You beat
They
Ohio
think they
State.
have
That goes a
something.
long
But
way.
They
as
think
we've
there's
seen with all
something
these
there
college
already.
coaches, what's the buyout?
Well, yeah.
What's
Well,
the buyout?
It's true. Yeah. Yeah.
You beat Ohio State. It goes a long way.
Yep.
I mean, that is the thing. Oh, but you cheated. You cheated to do it.
He didn't.
I know he didn't.
Hey, just like Eddie Guerrero used to say, cheat
that
to
we
win.
know
I
of.
cheat steal, baby.
Cheat to win, baby.
Viva la raza.
I miss that guy. He was so good.
Back to wrestling.
He was a bad motherfucker, too.
So Jeremy says Skip Bayless calls Barry overrated. Can I get a fuck you, Skip? I believe.
Fuck you,
I think
Skip.
you've been getting fuck you skips for a long time
I
from
will
this
not.
show.
I will not address that because I don't want to give that piece of shit any fucking time on our show.
But
Here, I'll put my sack on his forehead. We can do that.
I'm all for that.
We
yes.
can Photoshop and we can do whatever we got to do. I'm in.
Like him, like Skilp,
Sorry, not sorry.
Skilp, Colin Coward, Nick Wright,
Yeah,
fucking
these-
Stephen A.
Colin Coward is the most flip-flop person
Dude.
I've ever seen. That guy will sit there 1 week and tell you why one organization is the worst in the world,
So
and 5 minutes later tell you why they're the best.
Oh, my God.
I think like his tagline is like, no matter how many times I'm right, you'll still argue with me, dude. You're like hardly ever fucking right.
The first time.
Ever.
He's always right the second time because he waits till it happens and then tells
And
you
then-
why it happened.
Like all these fucking clowns. No, the worst. You're the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
worst.
bad.
Skip Bayless
That
is
is
the
bad.
fucking toolbox. I really don't give a fuck.
And there's also a reason he can't keep a
Take your
partner.
Cowboys
Right.
and
Because
shove
he's
them
not
down your
just a
throat,
toolbox,
bro.
he's a piece of shit human being, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So we're.
Anyways, yes.
I would say we're past 2 hours right now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's dive a little bit into wrestling.
Yes.
Before we get to
Yeah,
Rumble
we're-
tomorrow.
We're working on 9:15
Yeah.
right now.
Finito.
So I know.
Shit,
Listen,
is
it's
it?
been great, but we do need to kind of just wrap it up a little bit. We want to talk some wrestling.
Do you want to hear this? You want to hear the contract?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 years with a base salary of 500 G's,
Okay.
Okay.
with $5 million in additional compensation in year one. His salary will increase by 2% in the subsequent years, and Moore will also receive 500 G's per contract year if he remains head coach for the entirety of the year.
Okay.
So he can also
Yeah, they got
he
they
can
got
also-
like
he can also
high
earn up to
standards.
3.5 million in bonuses, including 500 G's for winning a conference championship and $1 million for winning the Natty. His buyout starts at $5 million and decreases by $1 million each year,
Oh,
down
that-
to $1 million in the final year of his deal.
That is a.
This is a university-friendly
oh my
contract.
God, that is
This is exactly what we talked about
that
at
is
the beginning of the show.
That is completely.
He bent
If it
over.
doesn't, if it doesn't
he
work,
bent over the table for him.
if it doesn't work this year,
Fucking
bye.
A.
Well, that's so cheap.
Yes.
That's so
They
cheap.
got to steal.
That's so cheap.
If it doesn't work this year,
Bye.
then you go big game hunting.
Dennis.
You get
yeah.
Uncle Herb.
Dennis just said, "Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Then you get Uncle Herb.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a big yeah.
yeah."
Speaking of yeah, who wins the four-man?
Reigns.
D's.
Reigns.
Orton.
See, I'm with you on that
I
one.
like that.
I think it's Orton.
I think Orton
I like
wins it.
that.
So
Nope. Reigns.
No Roman. No.
I think they need to get the belt off of Roman before they do the Rock match.
They've needed to get the belt off of Reigns for fucking a year
so
at least.
but the Rock and Roman is happening at WrestleMania.
Oh yes.
They're talking about it got pushed
what to what?
to next year's.
Oh good
no
Lord.
fucking way.
I know they want to build a story
All
behind
the
it.
dirt
Like,
sheets talking that it may have gotten pushed to next year.
like I know they want to do a build like they did Cena and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but that's no.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It needs to be a short-lived. Let's do this.
Let's
kinda
get it
thing.
over with.
I think your window
I
I think your window realistically closes at the end of this year.
Like I think they're way
20 years ago, they didn't fuck these up like this.
This is the thing. I think they're way overthinking on how to get the belt off Reigns.
Yes.
They're way overthinking this. Like the Bloodline story, it's not a thing anymore.
Dennis says Reigns won't lose belt until Mania, but if he fights the Rock at Mania, he's not losing it to the Rock. The Rock's not going to take the
No,
championship
you can't.
off of him.
You can't put it on.
can't
the
put it
Rock.
on
Can't
The
put it
Rock?
No, you can't.
So he's got to lose it beforehand. So they're only fighting for the head of the table.
I think your idea that we discussed the other day, where you said Randy takes it off of him, Randy goes on, does his own story, and then you take The Rock. You have The Rock interfere without actually interfering.
Right, he just shows up and causes
Right.
Roman Reigns to take his mind off the match, and Orton pins fucking AJ Styles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and then it leads to Roman Rock at WrestleMania. The winner of the Rumble, probably
CM Punk.
Gunther.
I think Punk's gonna win it.
Gunther's the rumor.
Punk's going to.
Punk's going to be fighting Cody, I think. So I think the winner of Rumble's going to be
because Seth's not wrestling. That's right.
winner of the Rumble's going to
Seth
be.
will be wrestling at Mania, though.
Yes.
If all goes well, yes.
Yeah, as long as everything
So
goes
I
according
think
to plan.
Gunther wins that and challenges
see
Rollins
that.
at Mania.
I can see that.
And then Roman will be fighting The Rock without a belt somehow due to what he sees as The Rock costing him the championship
Right.
to somebody, Orton. And then they fight for the head of the table.
I don't think it's going to happen here.
Dennis says Priest cashes in. I'd like to see that too.
I could see
I
that
could
too.
see that.
That's been teased for too long. I want to see him
Far
cash
too
in.
But then who wins the Rumble at that point? Do you think Gunther
I still think Gunther
wins?
wins. I think Gunther wins and
So
challenges Rollins.
We would have Gunther and Priest, or would we have the Elimination Chamber go for?
That's what I was going to say.
Priest
The Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
This
he
is
might,
where I think
maybe he cashes
yes.
in. If
That's where I see this
Seth
shit
can't
happening.
make it to Mania, maybe something happens at Elimination Chamber where Priest cashes in. You know what I mean? And they just do some sort of a fucking squash match or something to cost him the belt.
He has. I was a Damian Priest fan when he was in NXT, and then he got to the main roster, and I wasn't a huge fan of him. I didn't like how they used him. He's starting to evolve into what could actually be the leader of the Judgment.
I like what he's. I actually
I think
liked what he's done.
I think what he does and what his interactions with R-Truth,
Yeah. Oh, shit's hilarious.
dude, I think they're great.
Shit's hilarious.
It's the only thing I've ever heard Chris say made him happy.
Like that, I text Frank. I'm like, our truth is a treasure, man.
He's a national treasure.
treasure, man.
It's the only thing that makes Chris happy. I firmly believe
Yeah,
that.
and Damian Priest interactions with him to me have
Yeah,
been
hilarious.
national treasure. Like
Now-
he always turns and smiles away from the camera. Like he actually enjoys
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
the interaction. I think it's awesome.
Now,
I love it.
I'll say this about the whole Judgment Day thing. I think it's been a flop.
I think it's been again.
it's been a flop.
It's been drawn out.
Except Rhea. That's it.
I fucking love Rhea.
I think it's been a flop.
I love
When it
Rhea.
comes to female wrestlers, she is probably the best in that company right now.
love
I
Rhea.
wouldn't disagree with that.
And
And this whole Nia Jax push, stop. Stop.
you shouldn't have brought her back to the.
Nobody
in the first
fucking
place.
cares about Nia Jax. Nobody cares. She's terrible on the mic. She can't fucking wrestle because she's too fat and too big to fucking move.
Hey, easy about fat people.
She is though. Tell me I'm wrong.
She's a big girl. She's a big girl.
Like I'm sorry. If your finishing move is just like sitting on somebody, and I know Yokozuna did it, I get it, and Rikishi and all that shit, I get it.
Yeah, but Rikishi's was putting his asshole in somebody's nose.
Fair.
That's true. Yeah.
And I get it. But I'm
butthole.
sorry. Like, she's too slow and too fat to fucking do anything.
Rikishi was a living cat.
And she's terrible on the fucking mic.
Yeah, she is terrible.
She's,
on the mic.
she's so bad on the mic.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're trying to push her as much as they are. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
I got to tell you, though, I'm pretty excited for Rumble. I'm pretty excited to see how it pans out. There's a lot of ways it can go. We all three have different ideas, like of how this is going to play out, because Rollins' injury throws a wrench into it.
It does.
Yeah.
Right?
It does.
And then the fact that they're going to pivot off of Cody finishing his story, and they're going to.
I hate that phrase so
What they're
much.
going to. I know, but
I
we.
hate it.
But we listen. That's the way.
I think it just needs to be finished at this point.
At this point?
No,
Yeah.
because they're going to prolong it. They don't want him to finish it yet, because then what do you have left? They're gonna have him do other feuds. He's going to feud with Punk right now. That's going to be at Mania. Him and Punk are going to be at Mania. That's the feud right now.
But wasn't he supposed to finish his story at Mania?
Okay, but they're going to
He was
again.
supposed to finish it last year.
Right.
They decided not
So
to do
they're
it.
gonna-
Then he was going to finish it
they're
this
gonna-
year.
So now you're going to push it even further.
Right.
People are going to give less and less of shits about it.
but they're going to prolong it.
Dead man walk.
What
I
they're
don't know.
what they're going to do is they're going to prolong it.
Yeah.
To say, like, it's just going to be the longer path to finishing a story, right? They're gonna tease it. It's not going to be a continued every week thing.
but
they're
they're
going
going
to
to get
tease
to the
it.
point they did with his old man, and they're not going to ever finish
They're not going to ever
story.
finish the story.
Because always, like this thing with The Rock.
Yeah.
It's come.
Right.
It bumps it.
Right.
There's always going to be something that bumps it.
Yeah.
And I agree with Frank on this one. I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what's going to
Never
happen.
going to finish it. Never.
I will tell you, I think I really enjoyed it. I'm not a huge CM Punk fan. I think he's one of the best on the mic, but I don't really like him.
Oh.
But I will tell you,
Frank knows my thoughts on Phil.
Well, I know Pepsi Phil,
Pepsi. I love Pepsi Phil.
Pepsi Phil, but like I don't.
I don't care much for Punk, but I love Pepsi Phil.
Right. But I love the interaction that Cody and him had this last.
Oh, it was
week.
great. That was a great promo.
To me, that was one of the better promos
Yeah.
they've had in a long
That was a great
time
promo.
on WWE.
Yep.
It was a back and forth. It was a jab for a jab. It was a shot for
And
a
it was
shot.
real.
It was real.
Yeah.
They weren't really taking those shots like they had
Right.
like it was, but they were real shots.
Oh, yeah.
They were legit shots and they were real life shots. And to me, it was great. Dennis says, I think he is overrated in wrestling skill. I agree with you there. That's why I don't like him as much. But I think on the mic skills, he's one of the best.
On the mic, yeah.
It's also why I wanted to see him and Seth, because I think between him and Seth, what Punk does
Yeah.
and what he can do selling-wise for another person, I think they could put on an incredible match.
Oh, Punk and
But I-
Rollins?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God,
think-
that would main event.
I think
And it should.
I think Punk and Cody will be a good match. I do. I think Cody's a very good wrestler.
I think Cody
you-
is a very good wrestler.
Like, I think he can
Punk,
get-
I think Punk and Rollins would be a better match.
Well, listen, I think Rollins is a better wrestler than Cody,
Yep.
but I think Cody is a very, very good wrestler.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
not saying he's bad.
I think he can bring out some good stuff with Punk, and I think that would be a good back and forth. I think they have the camaraderie that can do that. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen Punk wrestle since he's been back. He hasn't stepped in a ring to
That
wrestle.
is a good point.
And I don't want to.
A lot of people are the same way.
All right.
All right, fellas. Are we good?
Yeah.
Do you think
All
there's
right.
any surprises tomorrow?
No.
But is there anything like SummerSlam? No.
Well, I mean, we called SummerSlam to a T.
We did.
Even to the cash in of the fucking women's
Yep.
title.
I hate that was the first time I got floor seats.
for fun tomorrow.
Yeah.
What a garbage show.
Well, we will say we're going to the SmackDown,
Smack it down.
the SmackDown right after WrestleMania.
Oh, we got to do it. Quick picks for this weekend.
Oh, and Dennis says always a return at Rumble match. That is true. There is always a return for somebody.
From what I like, the
Mysterio,
Hogan.
Hogan. I hear Mysterio.
All right. But even that, it's like really.
I know. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Rey
Hogan.
Mysterio returning for Rumble.
I'm going with the low-hanging fruit.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I think we get Pat McAfee.
Oh God. Oh fuck.
I'll turn it off if I want to watch the replay of it.
God. Well, I won't let you turn off my TV. But...
No, I'll talk about that.
Okay.
I'm
Chris,
But yeah,
isn't
quick-
Chris isn't coming.
No, quick picks for the games.
prediction.
Okay. I'm gonna go San Fran.
Yeah.
Are we going with money line? Or are we just going with
straight
picks?
up picks?
I'm gonna go San Fran. It's in San Francisco. I'm not taking anything away from Lions. I think they've run their route this year. I think they're gonna have a good.
I agree with you.
Like I'm gonna go with San Fran, and I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I think Baltimore's been the pick for all of us all year. I don't see Kansas City beating them in Baltimore. I think they're running the gauntlet right now.
I'm taking the Lions. Just seeing that Niners team last week, and I know the weather wasn't great, and I know Debo's coming back, but that secondary is terrible.
And how healthy is
Terrible.
Debo going to be?
Exactly. The Niners secondary is awful, and they didn't look like they got a lot of pressure in that game either. So I'm actually taking the Lions to go to their first Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs because the NFL will make that happen. And there's a stat we talked about before you got here, before the show. The NFL has sent a crew to Baltimore this year where the home team win percentage is by far the lowest of any crew that refs games. It's like at 40%.
Oh.
It's incredibly low.
Well, the ref crew that is reffing the Lions game,
Yeah.
they've never won a game that they've reffed.
There's
The Lions haven't?
Yep.
Oh,
awesome.
I believe it's 0-4.
Oh, good.
The setup is in.
And like for
Spoken like a true dickhead Lions fan.
I mean, for a
Also
league
eat my ass.
for a league that doesn't want to be
Also.
doesn't want that shit,
Yeah.
like conspiracy theories and all that shit. You're really kind of not doing yourself any favors with that.
Yeah. No.
with these refereeing crews. But anyways, that's how I feel. It's good.
Yeah.
Lions chefs in the Super Bowl and Frank.
I think
Good
you get the
googly
script.
moogly.
Great googly
Great
moogly.
googly moogly.
The script holds true. Niners, Ravens.
Niners
Yep.
Ravens.
Niners
Okay.
Ravens. Eric.
I agree.
Niners Ravens.
I
Okay.
do agree.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I don't like to agree with it, but I do agree.
Well, on that note, this has been a long ass fucking show,
Been a
boys.
long-ass fucking
It's
show.
been
Yes.
fun.
It's been fun, though.
It's been fun.
I can't believe I lasted like almost 2 hours without having to pee. But now I have to fucking pee.
Give us a like, a share, and a follow on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out SOTDET.com. Click on shop, buy some stuff, support us. Again, that's SOTDET.com. On behalf of Chris, Frank, and Eric, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye. Have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No! Bye, buddy. No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
You were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.